For the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as the most regal and powerful creature in the galaxy, the Cosmic Lion. Using my extra-dimensional powers, I will travel throughout the cosmos as I tear apart any intergalactic threats that get in my way. Will I be able to stop the Void Tiger, or will the universe as we know it be lost to darkness? It was time to find out as I spawned into a savanna biome as a baby lion. I was surrounded by the family members of my pride. Mom, Dad. Suddenly, the daytime sky turned to night as a beam of light struck me from the heavens. My skin turned violet, stars speckled my pelt, and gold cuffs appeared on my legs and tail. I was now a cosmic lion.
Bronzo, you're destined to be the protector of the galaxy.
You're going to do wonderful things.
Suddenly, there was a burst of darkness, and a wormhole appeared before my pride. A huge, dark tiger with dead stars on his pelt emerged from it.
Yes, at last. The Cosmic Lion has appeared. Once I get rid of you, the whole universe will be at my claws. I will consume everything, and I'm going to start right here.
He jumped down and roared, blasting a dark, empty beam right at us. My mom jumped in the way and took the hit, protecting me.
Bronzo, run.
Before I knew it, she died. No! My dad quickly pushed me off the ledge and onto the ground below and jumped down to join me.
Run, Bronzo!
On day 2, we were running from the Void Tiger. We bobbed and weaved as the tiger threat shot beams of darkness at us. No! How do we escape? Another wormhole then opened up before us, stopping us in our tracks, and the Void Tiger emerged from it.
You can't run from me.
Stay away from my son.
My dad stepped forward, ready to defend me. He and the Void Tiger clashed, both lashing out with swipes and deadly teeth. But the Void Tiger's power was unparalleled. With one last swipe, the tiger pushed my dad back, dealing him a deadly blow.
Bronzo, you must stop this evil. I believe in you.
I'll do it, Dad, for the cosmos and for you and Mom. My dad then succumbed to his wounds and died.
I am pure entropy. Nothing you will ever do can stop me. Now die, just like your father.
He roared and summoned a black hole. I began to get sucked in. No, 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 no! Before I could do anything, I was pulled through the black hole.
So long, Cosmic Lion.
On day 3, I reappeared in the vacuum of space. Whoa! I tumbled around as I tried to get my bearings. I was floating through the stars. I can't fly yet. How do I control myself? Before I had a chance to find out, something massive was coming into view. I realized it was a huge spaceship, and I was quickly swallowed up by it. I appeared in a large engine room with an enormous alien towering over me.
What do we have here? A little Cosmic Lion. You'll make a fine meal.
He attacked me, using his hammers to try and strike me down. I gathered all my energy and swiped back at him. During our battle, one of my attacks hit a nearby engine. The engine then exploded, tearing a hole in the ship. Both me and the alien were sucked back into the vacuum of space and away from the ship.
You'll pay for that.
He hit me with a heavy blow, sending me tumbling right toward a nearby planet. Quickly, I gained speed, catching fire, and heading straight into the atmosphere. On days 4 to 7, I barreled through the sky of the strange new planet. In seconds, I crashed into the ground, creating a huge explosion and leaving me at low health. Ow! Now how am I going to get out of here? Before I could start to think of a solution, I heard thunderous footsteps approaching. In the distance, I heard a towering monster coming closer, probably to check out the crash site. There's no way I can face that thing. It's too big. I have to sneak around it. Carefully, I began to tread across the landscape, using my small size to my advantage. The planet was still unknown to me, making navigating difficult. Soon, I made it to the nearby forest, where I planned an escape. Something caught my eye, though. Twisted in one of the trunks, I spied what looked like a sparkling crystal shard. It seems like it's full of cosmic power. As I stared at it, I felt it call out to me. I need to get my paws on that, but how am I gonna pull it out?
I see you.
Unfortunately, I'd stayed in one place for too long. The monster I heard before had emerged.
Lion bad. Kill lion.
With intense rage, it charged at me. On days 8 to 10, I was doing my best to evade the monster's blows, as it swung at me again and again. As one of its powerful attacks shattered a nearby boulder, an idea struck me. I sprinted toward the trunk of the crystal and positioned myself right in front of it. Hey, ugly, over here.
Lion called me ugly. Kill lion.
In a rage, it rushed at me. I leapt out of the way at the very last second. Just as intended, the monster crashed right into the tree, destroying it. The shard was left unharmed, and I quickly ran in and snatched it up. I got it! With the rush of power, I began to transform. I grew bigger and stronger. My teeth and claws became sharp, and a thick mane encircling itself around my neck. You're going down, freak! I immediately put my new form to the test. With a massive roar, I blasted a cosmic laser into the monster's chest, dealing it a massive amount of damage. The huge monster died, overwhelmed by my strength. That's how you do it. Abruptly, the area began to tremble, and portals opened up all around me. Oh no, the tiger must be here to consume the planet. I have to do something quick. On days 11 to 14, I ran for my life as the world around me was collapsing. Soon enough, I entered an area where boiling hot magma began to open up in the ground. I was forced to begin platforming from rock to rock, avoiding all the hazards of void and flame. Unfortunately, I came to a massive gap. Thinking fast, I used my cosmic beam to topple a nearby pillar of rock. It crashed down, making a bridge that I was able to dash over. When I crossed over, I spotted a mountain high point. I pounced towards it and eventually made it just before the very top. But when I looked down, there was another crevice in the way. But this one was larger, with nothing to help in sight. I think I can make it! I took a massive leap, soaring through the air, but it wasn't enough to make it. I missed the ledge. No! I plummeted, but luckily, I managed to land on a small platform at the bottom.
Young lion, over here!
I turned to see a friendly alien calling out to me from a nearby cave.
The corruption hasn't reached here yet. Quickly, I'll lead you to escape pods.
With no choice but to trust him, I rushed after them into the cave. On days 15 to 17, we ran through the underground caverns, dodging the fiery magma as we went.
Over there!
We emerged into another cave, only to find that all the escape pods were gone, except for one.
Everyone else must have already escaped.
We can get on that one. Quick, it's about to take off. We made it for the pod, running up to the crosswalk. Just as we were about to enter, another alien stepped out into the doorway.
No lions or the goons allowed.
With a strong attack, he knocked me and my friend backwards.
Ha! Serves you right.
The rude alien locked and popped and re-entered his ship, getting ready to take off. Unfortunately for him, his ship was quickly consumed by a black hole. I watched in horror as the alien was killed. Run! The Void Tiger is getting closer! My friend and I fled the area in search of a way to escape. On days 18 to 21, we arrived at a dead end as the cavern continued to tremble.
What are we gonna do?
I'm going to try and open a portal. I stopped and concentrated all of my energy into one point in front of me. The wall shook and collapsed, but nothing more. I need more power.
Wait, look!
I realized that although my abilities hadn't made a portal, a glowing pathway had appeared in behind the wall that crumbled. This must be the path to my destiny. Let's follow it. We went down the trail, letting it guide us. As we traveled through, twisting and turning through tunnels, we dodged every trail of magma by using the light of hope as a guide. Finally, we reached a large cavern that housed what seemed to be the remains of an ancient temple. Wait here. Not wasting a moment, I dashed down into the temple, entering the main room, only for the door to slam shut behind me. Then a guardian dropped from the rafters, landing heavily on the ground in front of me.
Prepare thyself, or I challenge thee.
On days 22 through 25, the guardian of the temple charged up an attack and blasted it towards me. I took the blow and tried to defend myself, but the guardian's energy attacks sliced through my thick skin like it was nothing.
No creature in the millennia that I have faced has bested me, and thou wilt not be the first.
We'll see about that. With fury, I launched myself at the Guardian, striking with everything I had. The Guardian faltered for a moment, but quickly retaliated with another crushing blow. Despite the impact, I stood firm, channeling my energy into an even more powerful cosmic beam attack that hit the Guardian head on.
No, I will not fall.
As the Guardian dashed toward me, I braced myself, ready to deliver the finishing blow. His charge played right into my hands as I dodged and sent another cosmic beam, ripping through him with relentless force, killing him. Where his body was, a cosmic shard fell, ready to be claimed. That's what the light was leading me to. With the crystal in hand, I felt the power surge within me. My body grew, and I gained the power of flight. The door rumbled open again, only this time, when it crumbled, my friend rushed inside.
What's going on in here?
Quick, I have enough energy to make a portal. I roared, summoning the power of the stars into one point, and a portal opened up in front of me. My alien friend and I dashed through the portal before the planet was consumed. On days 26 to 28, I appeared back in space, together with my alien friend. We had just made it in time, because the planet was now an empty void. Glad we got out of there. Thanks for your help.
But how are we supposed to get ourselves out of this pickle?
Don't worry, you're with the Cosmic Lion, the protector of this universe. I can easily fly us to another planet.
Okay.
I imbued the alien with a tiny morsel of my power, which allowed him to travel alongside me. Together, we flew through the empty vastness of space. Sometime during our journey, the alien spoke up.
Wait. What's that?
In the distant void, I spotted several small spots, and they were growing larger by the second. It's an asteroid field, and it's heading toward us too fast.
We'll never be able to get out of the way in time.
The alien was right, but I wasn't going to let us go down that easily. Not if I can help it. I channeled all my power into one huge cosmic beam and managed to blast the asteroid to pieces. The other small asteroids flew right by us.
Whew. Oh, we made it. Hey, what's that?
I looked where the alien was pointing and found some sort of compass amongst the rubble. I don't know what this is, but it seems important. I grabbed the compass, and then I turned back to my friend.
You know what? I'll stay here and make us a nice base. We need a new home, after all. You go on and save the galaxy.
I'll do just that. I followed the compass, using it as a guide to lead me to my next destination. I continued to follow the compass from days 29 through 32, eventually coming across another planet that was covered in all sorts of crystals. Wow, what a place! I wonder if there's another cosmic shard here. The compass led me along the planet's surface and brought me to a field of geysers. The compass leads right through here. I have to be careful. Flying wouldn't help me here, and my mobility was limited when it came to quick adjustments. Really bad in the face of a fiercely erupting geyser. I carefully navigated between the geysers, taking a winding path to avoid each dangerous spew of material. Just a little bit further. Finally, I made it to the other side and traveled just a short distance longer to find exactly what I was searching for, the cosmic shard. Great! I wonder how many more of these there are. I tried to grab it, but a small creature dashed by and snatched it up.
This precious shiny, it is mine! Mine! You cannot have it!
Before I could even try and negotiate with the little gremlin, it took off running. On days 33 through 35, I was chasing the creature while he ran across the crystalline landscape. The creature led me to the mouth of the cavern, where I had to stop because there was a blockage. It was filled with spiky crystals, but there was a tiny clearing, perfect for allowing a small creature to leap through with ease. But I was much too big for the opening. I decided I had to brave through it anyways. That crystal was too important to just give up on. For the cosmos! I dashed inside, following as quickly as I could, but I was trying my best to be careful. I was ducking and weaving around the spikes, but I was still taking damage from many of them. Finally, I made it through the crystal clusters. As I was heading down, I arrived at a dead end, only to realize something was very wrong. I threw my compass out on the ground in front of me to see what would happen. Something's not right here. Suddenly, the compass exploded! On days 36 to 39, the dust finally settled. I was thrown back quite a bit and took a decent chunk of damage, but I soon realized that the explosion had revealed something. Looks like the blast blew a big hole in the wall. Behind it was another cavern that was hiding an entire secret civilization. For the tiny creatures, at least. Wait a second, these little guys look just like the creature I was chasing. One of the creatures marched out angrily and confronted me. It was 3 times as large as the other ones. It had to be their leader.
What do you want with me and my men, Lion?
You've got it all wrong. I don't mean to destroy you. I just need that cosmic shard.
You cannot have it. We need it if we hope to defeat our biggest predator, the one that drove us to live underground.
The leader of the aliens explained to me that his people had been driven to near extinction by something called the Predator. Its jagged teeth and powerful bursts of flame made for a difficult matchup for the little guys.
We were a peaceful people. We know little of warfare and the ways of battle.
What if I help you? I can defeat this creature, and in exchange, you can give me the cosmic shard.
Perhaps. Yes, I think something like that could be arranged. Very well. I will begin
The alien leader was cut off. Suddenly, there was a roar behind me, and a horrible creature came dashing into the cave.
The Predator! It has found us!
On days 40 through 43, the Predator and I were clashing in an epic battle. Meanwhile, the alien leader got everyone to safety.
Move swiftly! Go! Through the emergency exit tunnel!
Luckily, they all managed to escape, except for the leader, who stuck around.
What are you doing, Lion?
What's right? Before I could say another word, the Predator charged in again, sending me back.
Cosmic lion flesh sounds more enticing than spiderlings. On second thought, I think I'll have both.
The Predator pounced toward me. His flames and claws were no joke. I had to fight with every bit of skill I had as a cosmic lion if I wanted to survive. I hit him with a pair of nasty swipes and a cosmic bite, but the Predator wouldn't relent.
It'll take more than a few nibbles to bring me down.
He retaliated with his own powerful fiery bite. I was just about to take him down when suddenly the cave began to rumble. The Void Tiger's here! The dark energy engulfed the Predator, empowering him into an even more fearsome creature. Imbued with shadowy darkness, his attacks became twice as powerful. On days 44 through 46, the Predator and I jumped into an intense battle. The Predator attacked me mercilessly. I thought I would be able to defeat him easily, but now that he had grown stronger, I wasn't so sure anymore. With each attack the Predator sent out at me, I felt closer and closer to death.
Cosmic Lion, take this!
The little alien leader ran down to me and threw out a cosmic shard in my direction. I rushed out towards it and touched the shard, which sent immense power through my body. I got even bigger, gained 3 more hearts, and gained a new attack, the Cosmic Bomb, which I used straight away on the Predator. Yes, this is just what I needed. Surging with my newfound cosmic power, I used a second power-up boom attack, killing him instantly.
Quickly, we need to escape as well before the Void takes over this entire place!
I turned to see that the Void was slowly coming towards our direction. There was no time to lose. I ran back to the surface alongside the little alien leader. The Void had already corrupted the area behind us. We had to hurry.
Oh no! Everyone else already took the ships! We're trapped here!
That won't be a problem. I concentrated my power of flight into him, allowing him to fly just like me. We both took to the skies. I glanced behind us and saw that the Void had already taken over the lands. Nothing we can do about it now. Come on! We continued flying ahead and escaped into the atmosphere. On days 47 through 50, I took the rescued aliens to the asteroid base. My friend had really upgraded the place. Before it was just a floating rock, and now it was super epic, like a space colony.
I see you've brought friends. Well, we have the space to share.
Nice to meet you!
While the alien got comfortable, my friend started to show me around the base. I see you've reinforced this whole place with lots of metal too.
I'm glad you noticed. Also, this is where...
Suddenly, the asteroid started rumbling as it was hit by an explosion. We're under attack! There was more explosions going off everywhere, but thankfully, the base stayed strong, thanks to my friend's upgrades. Nice job!
Don't thank me yet!
Just then, the doors burst open as a single Void Tiger officer infiltrated the inside.
I'm here to kill the Cosmic Lion!
My friend rushed to a nearby wall and pulled a lever.
Take this!
A pitfall trap opened up, but the officer managed to leap out of the way before they could fall in.
You fools! You cannot beat me with a simple trick like that!
I rushed towards him, using all my body weight to push him and myself into the trap. On days 51 through 54, the officer hit the ground, dying on impact. However, thanks to my power, I was able to survive. Whew, that was a close one. I turned to check where the officer landed, and I noticed that he dropped a map. I quickly picked it up and examined it. Wait a second, this is going to the planet they plan on attacking next. I have to stop them before it's too late. Without wasting another moment, I took to the skies and left my base of operations. I was traveling through space until I came across a massive spaceship. At the front of the ship, I was able to see that on the deck, there was some kind of cannon being built. I better go and try to find a way to infiltrate this place. That cannon can be dangerous. I traveled around the ship, trying to find a way in. Luckily, I came across a landing zone and entered from there. Oh crap.
I may be one day from retirement, but I take my job as a guard very seriously.
On days 55 through 57, I quickly ran and struck down the guard that had spotted me.
Terrence, my love, will never see. Too scary.
Thankfully, the strangely dedicated guard didn't manage to alert anyone before he passed. That was too close. I need to disguise myself, quickly! I used my powers to disguise myself as the fallen guard, as another one turned the corner.
What's going on here?
Oh, just guarding?
Right, well, we're being called to a meeting. I know you won't be here going forward, but it's mandatory. Follow me.
I followed the other guard as he led me into a room where there were more guards inside. All of the tigers were paying attention to none other than the Void Tiger's commanding officer.
Huh? What's that smell?
What smell, sir?
I swear, I smell lion.
Oh, I had some for lunch. That's probably why. Gotta love lion jerky.
Good choice. Anyway, as you all know, we're here to talk about our plans for total galactic domination.
I listened as the commander explained their plans, revealing that a cosmic shard was being used to power the Void Cannon, which could level planets at record speeds.
Very efficient, sir.
I need to stop them before it's too late.
What was that?
Nothing. I just remembered I left my oven on. I'll be right back. Suddenly, the doors locked down. Over the speakers, a voice blared an announcement.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
On days 58 through 61, the commander had everyone in the base line up in a single file line.
No one is leaving until I figure this out.
He paced back and forth in front of us all, examining each and every one of us.
I suspect that one of you is an imposter.
That's impossible, sir.
Quiet, Grunt. Did I give you permission to speak?
Sir, no, sir.
You know what?
The commander suddenly used a strong pounce attack, killing the guard instantly.
Let that be an example to you all. I am the one who knocks. I am going to question each and every one of you, and I promise we will find out who the imposter is, and they will be dealt with. First question, what is the goal of our wonderful leader, the Void Tiger? Total and absolute entropy and annihilation, sir. Very well.
The commander continued on to the next guard, questioning him as well.
Guard, what is my favorite food?
Cupcake, sir.
Wrong.
The commander lashed out and killed the guard.
The next time one of you answers a question wrong, you will share the same fate. Sir, yes, sir.
And then the commander finally landed on me. I needed to think fast for whatever he asked.
Perhaps you can answer that question.
Lion?
Correct.
The commander was now done questioning all the guards.
Well, I guess none of you were intruders after all. You're all free to go.
Achoo! Just as I sneezed, my disguise disappeared, and all the tigers turned to look at me.
Lion, he's mine.
On days 62 to 64, I was evading getting caught on the Void ship by the commander as he chased me down.
Get back here, Lion.
I twisted and turned through passageways on the ship, trying to confuse the commander and to get him off my tail. I remembered the cannon was at the front of the ship. My best bet was to go straight for it and destroy it. I emerged from a long stairwell and was face to face with the giant cannon. Yes!
I was just about to say the same thing.
The commander had quickly caught up to me though. He lunged at me and got a decent hit, sending me back. Who can play at that game? Gathering my power, I shot out my most powerful cosmic beam at him, sending him flying back and giving me a chance to focus on the cannon. I unleashed a cosmic boom on the cannon and it shattered, leaving behind a cosmic crystal. The commander and I both lunged for it at the same time, but I reached the crystal first. A huge surge of power flew through me. I got bigger and stronger and got a new power, a starfall attack. Time to test this new power out. I used my new power on the commander, killing him instantly. However, my attack caused so much damage to the ship, it was set ablaze. The ship is going down! On days 65 through 67, I woke up in the crash site of the ship. I looked around, and it looked very similar to my old one, but the sky had an odd color. I decided I needed to navigate the crash site. Upon searching, I found one guard still alive, but he was not in good shape. I guess I need to get rid of all the tigers. I headed towards him to finish him off, but then he started to speak to me.
Wait, please don't kill me.
Why shouldn't I? You're evil.
I feel remorse for everything I've done. I thought I was doing a good thing, but now I realize I've made a grave mistake.
I don't know.
Please, I promise only to do good from now on. I swear my life on it. You will be my example of good.
I am the protector of the galaxy. I help all those who need it, just like Chris Pratt. Okay, if you promise, then I'll take you back to my base, and you can help us out and fight the Void Tiger.
Yes, I can do that.
I concentrated my power to grant him the ability to fly, and the two of us took off into the atmosphere. We traveled through space when all of a sudden, the Void Tiger appeared in front of me. On days 68 through 72, the Void Tiger slammed into me and sent me tumbling through space.
What a pathetic lion. Get away from him!
My newfound tiger friend jumped in to attack the Void Tiger, but he didn't do any damage. The Void Tiger was just too powerful for my new small friend.
What do we have here? A defector? You're a terrible monster. I won't listen to you any longer. Then you shall join him in death.
The Void Tiger charged up one single attack, instantly annihilating my tiger friend. No! I lunged forward and attacked him with all my might. He was not going to get away with this.
I'm tired of dealing with you. You know what I think you need. Lights out.
Just then, the Void Tiger summoned a giant portal right behind me. I didn't have time to try and dodge out of the way. I was sucked into the portal. As soon as I appeared on the other side of the portal, I had fallen into a dimension of nothingness. My cosmic power is going to keep me alive. For now, I need to find a way out before I'm reduced to nothing. I tried opening up a new portal back into the real world, but nothing was working. Oh no, this doesn't look good. On days 73 through 75, I was searching for a way to escape this nothingness dimension. I feel like I've been walking for miles, but the longer I traveled, there was more and more nothingness. This was truly an endless void. I wonder if there's anything at all here. Suddenly, I spotted something glowing in the distance. Whatever it is, I need to get to it fast. I'm going crazy here. I quickly ran over to where it was. It seemed to be some kind of mysterious object. I tried to reach in to grab it, but suddenly, I began to slowly sink into the void. Oh no, there seems to be some kind of sticky trap here. Can this get any worse? As soon as I said those famous last words, I heard an ominous rumbling behind me. Something's coming this way. I have to get out of here. I was able to get some footing and was able to claw myself out of the goopy trap. Without a moment to lose, I instantly took off running. Whatever that rumbling was, it was getting louder. As it got louder and louder, the creature was right behind me. I was looking for a way to escape from whatever it was behind me, but there was nothing but the endless void around me. I have no choice. I have to fight this thing. I spun around and readied myself to face this unknown creature head on. I was about to face head to head with the void creature.
Little prey, let me kill you.
Never in a million years! I leapt towards the creature, using my sharp claws to attack it head on. Me and the creature were locked in an intense battle. With each attack I sent, it returned with another. It struck back at me with astonishing speed and force. This creature was extremely powerful. I kept slashing back at it until I decided the best course of action if I was going to beat this creature was to use my cosmic powers. I concentrated a a strong beam of energy right at it. The cosmic beam was extremely effective, stunning the void creature temporarily. The void creature shrieked in pain.
No, no! I am the being that exists in the nothing. You cannot kill me.
It's time for a little reality check. I concentrated on one last cosmic bomb attack and hit him with a critical hit, finishing the thing off. As the void creature was dying, it opened up a portal in the wake of its death. Finally, this is my chance. I was so desperate to escape this void that I instantly dashed through the portal without a moment to lose, not even thinking about where the portal will take me. Luckily, the portal returned me back to the overworld. Finally, I am back at my home planet. I looked around to see where I ended up and found a path of sea lanterns lighting up in front of me. All this seems to be destiny. This path must lead to something important for me. I headed down the path, eager to see what my destiny had in store for me. On days 80 through 83, I was traversing the path, but then I arrived at the very end. Ahead of me was the cosmic crystal, but it was behind a large wall of glass. Finally, once I grab this, I can go find the Void Tiger, which will make me one step closer to finishing all this mess. I tried to break the glass, but my attacks didn't even scratch the surface. Huh? What's going on? I looked around the area and noticed that there were several colored pillars in the surrounding area, and beside one of them was a sign I didn't notice before. I went up to go see if I had any clues on what I needed to do. The sign read, "With hues aligned, the secret wakes, a cosmic path the color makes. Choose with care, bold and wise, for only matches will open skies." This must be a riddle of some kind. I took a minute to think it out. With hues, cosmic path the color makes. Aha! Brain blast! I got it! I have to match the color to unseal the cosmos. Just then, 4 colored objects appeared on the pedestals behind me. Each matched the colors of the pillars. This should be easy enough to do. I grabbed all 4 colors and placed each one in its respective matching color. Come on, that should do it. Just then, the glass shattered, releasing the cosmic shard. Finally! I rushed forward and grabbed the cosmic shard. As soon as I grabbed it, I felt its power surge throughout my body. I grew larger and more resilient. I gained 5 more hearts. I felt so much stronger. Before I could celebrate too much though, my vision went white and I was sent into a dream. On days 84 through 86, I was now in a strange new land. What is this place? Just then, a shadowy silhouette appeared floating before me, but the image was hard to make out since it was far away.
Bronzo, in order to obtain the final shard, you must face your past.
But how do I do that?
Unlock the power of your pride, confront your uncertainties, and discover your strength within.
The figure started to fade away. Wait, what do you mean? Who are you? When it was completely gone, I began to remember my past. Suddenly, there was a burst of darkness, and a wormhole appeared before my pride. A huge, dark tiger with dead stars on his pelt emerged from it.
Yes, at last, the cosmic lion has appeared. Once I get rid of you, the whole universe will be at my claws. I will consume everything, and I'm going to start right here.
He jumped down and roared, blasting a dark, empty beam right at us. My mom jumped in the way and took the hit, protecting me.
Bronzo, run.
Before I knew it, she died. No! My dad quickly pushed me off the ledge and onto the ground below and jumped down to join me.
Run, Bronzo!
Just then, I started to come back to my senses, and I was in a different part of the world. I then looked down in front of me, and there was a map. My parents died. Did I let them down by letting that happen? Well, I had no time to lose. I picked up the map and saw that it was a clue to my next location. It doesn't matter now. I just need to push forward until the very end. There are too many people still counting on me. I swallowed my fears and started my journey off towards my next destination. On days 87 through 89, I arrived at my destination to find a giant cosmic lion temple. As I approached the temple, I noticed that there seemed to be a trial for me to complete to gain entry inside. At the very back of the temple was the next cosmic shard. I stepped towards the first challenge to find a bunch of fiery hoops over the top of a giant lava pool. This looks tough, but with my power of flight, I can breeze through this. I just have to be careful not to get roasted by the flames. Using my flight powers, I began carefully maneuvering myself through the hoops, avoiding the hot flames at all cost. Eventually, I completed the first challenge. I approached the next trial to find it was an obstacle course standing over an acid pit. Ha! Don't you know I can fly? I tried jumping into the sky to fly over the pit, but was quickly pushed back to the ground. I guess I can't fly over this one. I wasted no time and began jumping through the course with caution. Without my ability to fly, I struggled a bit more, but soon enough, I made it to the other side. Time to get that shard. As I stepped into the next room, I saw where the cosmic shard was being held. There it is! Now all I have to do is grab it. I began moving towards the shard, but when I did, I had stepped over a magical beam and suddenly disappeared. On days 90 through 92, I appeared in a strange dream world. It was all sorts of different colors, representing the colors of the universe. I was just about to grab the cosmic shard. Wait a minute, I've been here before.
Are you truly so foolish?
I turned around to see a creature had appeared behind me. Who are you? What do you mean by that?
Who I am is of no importance, but you must understand that by not accepting your past, you have failed the test.
Without hesitating, the dream enemy stepped out of the shadows ready to attack. Hang on, I can explain.
You failed. There is no explanation.
The dream beast then charged forward and began striking me. Their blows were astonishingly powerful, pushing me back and knocking the wind out of me. I gave everything I had fighting back, but my attacks barely did any damage. My power seemed to be draining. Soon enough, he hit me with another devastating attack, leaving me on the ropes. What now?
Time to pay your dues, Cosmic Lion!
The dream enemy began his approach towards me, ready to finish me off. On days 93 through 95, just as the attacker was about to end me, a burst of energy began to strike him, saving me from certain death.
What's happening?
The monster began erupting with sparks of electricity and soon enough was killed for good. When he died, suddenly my parents faded into existence. Mom? Dad? You're here! Was that you that helped me?
It was. You had a close call back there.
You've come so far. We couldn't be more proud.
But how am I talking to you right now?
This is the dream realm. Anything is possible here.
Now, don't you have a mission to complete, my son?
I don't know if I can do it.
Don't put yourself down. You are the Cosmic Lion, protector of the universe, but you're still a lion. Even the best of lions feel weak and powerless sometimes.
But in truth, you're not. You, son, are powerful. More powerful than any other creature to exist. All that's left is for you to use that ability to defeat the Void Tiger once and for all.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. I'll do it. I'll save the galaxy.
Good. Now go on, son.
Take care of yourself out there.
The dream world began fading, and I was ready to take on my mission. On days 96 through 98, I appeared back in the temple and saw that the shard was mine for the taking. I know what I need to do now, and I'm at peace with my past. I then snagged the last cosmic shard, causing more power to surge through me. I grew taller, gained 5 more hearts, and my strength increased 10-fold. After I obtained the crystal, the temple began to rumble all around me. Debris started to fall from the ceiling, landing on the floor next to me. Uh-oh, this whole place is going to collapse. I activated my flight ability and quickly dashed out of the temple as fast as I could, dodging rubble along the way. Luckily, I made it out of the temple just in time, and I landed far away to escape the destruction. That was a close one.
Ronzo!
I turned around and was surprised to see that my alien friend was there.
You need to come quick! Something bad's happening!
You don't need to tell me twice. Lead the way. I then followed my friend to wherever he was taking me. On day 99, I regrouped with my allies on the asteroid base. What's up, everyone? What is our status?
We've discovered that there's a massive black hole forming at the center of the universe. That Void Tiger's finally gone mad.
The Void Tiger's finally lost it, huh?
Indeed. If you don't put a stop to him here and now, everything will be destroyed.
You don't have to tell me twice. I then left my friends at the base, and while I was heading out, I spotted a creature scurrying in the distance. It was so fast, I couldn't make it out. Can you tell me how many Easter eggs you found in this video? Comment down below to let me know what they were. As I continued leaving, there were enemy ships that appeared appeared out of the horizon, but I paid them no mind. I had more desperate matters to attend to. I passed by the ships, making sure they didn't spot me. I knew that my allies had them covered. On day 100, after traveling for a long distance, I had finally arrived at the edge of the black hole. And just as I expected, the Void Tiger had been waiting for me to come there.
At last, you've come to submit to your doom.
I'm here to put an end to you once and for all. The Void Tiger made the first move and ran into attack. We were locked in an intense battle, showing that both of us were finally evenly matched. I was using my powers to their full extent, utilizing every upgrade that I had acquired throughout my 100-day journey. Just then, the Void Tiger used his black hole abilities, but they didn't seem to affect me anymore.
What is this? What is this?
It's justice. Time to repent for all you've done. I started using my cosmic attacks. I had finally taken the upper hand against him. As I was attacking him, he was finally being pushed back. I had him right where I wanted.
No, it cannot be. I've worked too hard for this.
Tell that to all the planets and people you've destroyed. I loaded up one last explosive attack and fired right at him.
No!
Sending him into the black hole and killing him for good. The galaxy was finally saved and back to normal. Yes! Bronzo! Suddenly, I felt something calling to me back on my home planet. There was a new power I had yet to unlock, and I couldn't stop my journey without achieving it. I allowed my mind to drift away as I was transported into my next epic form, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. On day 1, I spawned in as a baby tiger, deep in the jungle. Whoa, this is so cool. I started out with 5 hearts, and I could climb up and down trees. I climbed up the top of the closest tree, and there were 2 adult tigers there waiting for me. Hello, are you my parents?
Bronzo, I'm so happy you found us.
We need to take shelter before the lions attack.
Lions? In the jungle? I looked down just in time to see a giant lion killing all the animals. Oh no, aren't you gonna fight to stop them?
No, honey.
We are tired of fighting.
We've been fighting our whole lives.
In 100 days, the giant lion Leonidas will take the throne and become king of the jungle.
What? But lions don't even belong in the jungle. I have to stop him. Just then, the giant lion appeared behind me.
There's nothing you can do to stop me. Watch this.
Leonidas walked over to my parents and killed both of them in one fell swoop. Mom, Dad, no! Then he turned to me and roared. The power from his magic roar pushed me off the tree and far back deep into the jungle. When I landed, I passed out on the ground. On day 2, I woke up and I was surrounded by a group of pandas. One of them was a baby, and he was standing there watching me sleep.
Morning.
Who are you? Where am I?
Don't worry. My name's Ope, and you're in a safe place far away from all the lions.
I'm so hungry and don't feel very good. Can you help me?
I know someone who can. I'll take you back to my dad. He'll have some food for you.
Lead the way. He took me to a bamboo building with a goose inside. Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Ope's father, of course. Can't you see the resemblance?
Oh, okay. Can I have some food, please?
Of course.
He gave me some salmon, and I thanked him. Suddenly, I heard screaming from outside. That can't be good. I ran out to discover a group of lions, killing all of the pandas. Oh no, what do we do?
Run, boys! Get out of here! Don't worry, I'll fight them off.
We followed his dad's instructions, but as we were leaving the area, Ope stopped to look back, just in time to see his father die at the hands of a lion.
No!
Come on, Ope, we gotta run, or we'll die too. He followed me, and we both ran deep into the jungle. On day 3, Ope and I found a spot near a bamboo forest to stop running.
I can't believe my dad is gone, and my whole village.
I'm sorry for your loss, friend. I know how you feel. My parents were killed by the lions 2 days ago.
We need to make those lions pay for what they've done. It's our jungle, not theirs. Lions don't even live in the jungle.
I know. That's what I said. And don't worry, we are gonna make them pay. If we were gonna prepare to take on the lions, we were gonna need a base of operations. We chopped down some bamboo and some trees and dug up a stone with a wooden pickaxe. I used that stone to make an entire stone tool set for both me and Ope.
Thanks, partner.
You got it, buddy. Next, I built a bamboo home with a living room and 2 bedrooms, one for me and one for Ope.
You're gonna need somewhere to sleep.
We can make beds, but wool won't be easy to find in the jungle.
Why don't we go traveling?
Good idea. We set out traveling and discovered a village where we each stole a bed from different houses. Thank you. I started taking some of their food too, but then I heard Ope shouting.
Ah! I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
He was getting chased away by an iron golem, so I ran away with him. Ah! On day 4, we made it back to the base, but there was a lion cub there waiting for us.
Ah! I found you! You're gonna be my first victim in the Great Lion Takeover!
Wait, stop! The cub lunged at me, and I was forced to fight back. I don't want to hurt you, dude! After I got a few hits on him, he was hurt and started to get scared.
Ah! Wait! Time out, please!
Okay, good. I will.
We can't let him go. He'll tell his parents.
I won't say anything, I swear!
See? He says he'll stay quiet.
I don't trust him.
Without any word, Ope lunged at him and killed the lion cub. What the heck? You didn't have to do that.
Yes, we did. And he deserved it too.
With that, Ope went back inside the house. That panda's crazy. I needed to clear my head and think for a while, so I left the base and started wandering. As I was exploring, I came across a herd of sheep. Well, now I feel silly for thinking there wouldn't be any wool in the jungle. I lured them back to the base with wheat and made them a little hut out of bamboo. Next, I needed to collect their wool without killing them, but I didn't have any iron yet. I set out to go find a cave and collect some iron. On days 5 and 6, I was out mining in the caves. I was able to find plenty of iron, so I made some furnaces. I had enough iron to make shears, plus an entire set of tools, and a bucket. Looks like I found even more iron than I thought. With the extra iron, I was able to make myself a full set of iron armor too. Okay, now I'm ready. I started heading back to the base when I came across a monkey who was heading in the other direction.
Run away! Run away!
What's going on?
There's a giant lion roaming around these parts. This is the last straw. I'm going to the ocean to become a sea monkey.
Oh no, I gotta get back to the base and warn Ope. I made it back to the base and found Ope there resting. Ope, we gotta get out of here. Leonidas is coming.
I'm tired of running.
What? But we gotta go! Just then, I heard Leonidas yelling outside.
Which one of you worthless animals is responsible for this?
Ope left the house to meet him. Wait, where are you going?
It was me, Leonidas. I killed your son, and now I'm gonna kill you.
Don't be a hero, Ope. Get away from him now. It's time to go.
That's right. It's time to go. To your death, just like your father.
Ope charged in at the giant lion. Leonidas roared at Ope, killing him instantly. No!
Now we're even, tiger baby. Stay out of my plans unless you want to end up just like your pesky parents.
Leonidas returned into the jungle, and I was left to wonder how Leonidas knew my parents. I wonder what they did that made him kill them. On days 7 and 8, I made a grave for Ope. You were a good friend, Ope, and you will be missed. I will avenge you one day. I went out to find some red and yellow flowers outside of the jungle, and I planted them around Ope's grave. Next, I used the remaining flowers to make some orange dye, and then I dyed, bred, and sheared the sheep. Thank you for your service, sheep. I then used the wool I had gathered to get started on building a tiger statue. I started making the legs of the statue, but I would have to gather some more wool in order to do any more. Watch until the end of the video if you want to see me finish the statue. With my base maintenance done, I decided it was time to seek some answers about my parents. I set out into the jungle in search of clues to uncover the mystery. Eventually, I came across a jungle temple. This looks promising. I started searching through the temple, and I came across an ocelot. Oh, hello.
You remind me of someone I used to know.
Oh, maybe you knew my parents. They were killed recently by the giant lion Leonidas.
Oh my gosh, yes, I did know your parents. We were friends in the revolution.
A revolution, you say? Sounds like the revolution might be over.
Oh no, it's far from over, my friend. Just on hiatus until we can find some more recruits.
Well, you've got one right here. I want to join the revolution.
That's what I like to hear. Follow me. I'll take you to what's left of our members. Oh, and my name's Ozzy, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Ozzy. On days 9 and 10, I was traveling with my new friend Ozzy, and I tried asking him some questions about my parents. So why exactly did Leonidas kill them?
Straight to the point, eh? Well, that's gonna have to wait. We got some company.
Suddenly, we were ambushed by a horde of jungle skeletons. I worked together with Ozzy to fight them off, and he had a really cool explosion attack. Eventually, we were able to take them all out. Phew! Nice work, Ozzy. Suddenly, I transformed into a full-size tiger with 10 hearts.
Wow, you really are a spitting image of your father.
Now, can you tell me more about my parents?
Well, I didn't want to tell you yet, but I think you're ready now. As you know, the lions got tired of living in the savannas. When they started taking over the jungle, they brought fire and destruction with them. The tigers and the ocelots understood the circle of life, so they only killed when they absolutely had to. The lions, on the other hand, killed for fun and power. They started killing so much that they depleted the jungle of all its resources and life. Their leader, Leonidas, was the most power-hungry of them all. When the ones who were left in the jungle started going hungry, a small band of rebels started to form, including your parents. Unfortunately, the lions were able to overpower the rebels. That is, until your parents discovered a magical gem known as a Heart of the Jungle. They used it once to try and defeat Leonidas, but it only weakened him. After that, the gem needed to recharge, so they hid it deep in the jungle while it regained its power. They left it in a place they knew you could find. You are the key to banishing the lions from the jungle and restoring peace and harmony.
Oh man, that is a lot to dump on a guy all at once.
You wanted to know, so I told you.
With that, Ozzy started walking away, and I chased after him. On days 11 through 13, I followed Ozzy to a rundown military base.
Hey, oi! Anyone left here?
It was quiet, and we split up to look for any signs of people. I entered a dark room, and I was startled by a voice coming from the darkness.
I thought you were dead.
A gorilla emerged out of nowhere and stared at me.
There you are, Kerchak. This isn't who you think he is.
Ah, you must be Fred and Angie's kid.
Were those my parents' names?
Oh, yes. But everyone just used to call them Sergeant and General.
Your parents are sorely missed.
What are you doing back here, Ozzy? The revolution's over. Everyone's given up.
That's what I thought too, but I think we found our new home.
Oh yeah? You're going to have some really big shoes to fill, buddy. You think you're ready for it?
I'm ready for anything.
That's what I like to hear. I'm in. But we're going to need a new base of operations.
I think I know just the place. On days 14 through 17, I arrived back at the base with Ozzy and Kerchak and showed them around. Once they were settled in, they helped me build out the base some more and outfit it to be a military base of operations. It looks great.
You bet it does. Now we can start looking for new recruits.
I'm on it.
With that, Kerchak set out to start his search. Hey Ozzy, do you think you could teach me how to do that special smash attack of yours?
Sure, it's easy. All you got to do is jump up into the air and swing a sword while you're up there.
I tried doing what he said, and it worked. Awesome. Thanks, Ozzy.
Hey, don't thank me. Your parents developed the trick.
Whoa, cool! I wanted to test out my new ability on some mobs, so I went out and found some giant scorpions to fight. Hey-ya! The attack worked great against them, and I quickly was able to kill them all off.
Great work, Bronzo. You're ready. You head on back to the base, and I'm gonna go head out and search for new recruits as well.
Okay, good luck. As I was heading back to the base, I started to get the strange feeling that I was being followed. Probably nothing. On days 18 through 21, I got back to the base and decided to continue working on my tiger statue. I built up the body of the tiger, and then I decided to take another break. It already looks amazing. Can't wait until it's finished. It started getting late, and I heard a strange sound coming from the inside of the base. Hello? I searched all around, but I couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. Finally, around the back of the base, I saw something run and hide behind a pile of crates. Hey, show yourself. I'm warning you. You better come out now, or I'll mess you up.
Wait, don't. I'm just a little guy.
Aw, I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Okay.
Where's your family?
They were taken from me by the lions.
You and I both, buddy. You got a name?
No, my parents never had a chance to give me a name.
Okay. Why don't I call you Tony? Tony the Tiger.
I love it. Can I live here with you?
Are you willing to join the rebellion and help take out the lions?
Of course. I got to avenge my family.
That's what I like to hear. On days 22 through 25, I made Tony his own room.
I love it. I've never had a room before, but what's that other empty room?
That belonged to a friend of mine. He was a brave fighter, but he didn't make it.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thanks. He will be missed. Just then, a parrot flew into the base. Hello there. What brings you here?
I was sent here by Ozzy. He's in trouble.
I'm on my way. Tony, do you want to help on this mission?
I think I'm too scared. I'm just a little guy.
That's okay, buddy. Maybe next time. I left the base, following the parrot, and we ran into a group of hyenas. I immediately charged at them and started fighting them off with my new smash ability. They were pretty tough and had really sharp teeth, but eventually I was able to take them all out. When the fight was over, I noticed one of them had dropped a cloud in a bottle. Sweet! This will let me double jump and help me keep up with you, parrot friend. On days 26 through 29, the parrot led me to a lion camp. I entered the area to see both Ozzy and Kerchak locked in cages, guarded by a bunch of lions. What happened here?
They were searching for new recruits. When out of nowhere, they were ambushed and captured.
Oh no. The way the cages are positioned, it looks like I'll only be able to save one of them, or the whole operation is gonna fail.
That's a real shame. I really like both of them.
Why don't you make a low pass over the lions to try and distract them? Then I'll run in and try to free one of them. The parrot flew in over the lions and got them to chase after him. All right, now's my chance. I rushed out to the prisoners while the lions were distracted.
Quick, let me out now.
Ozzy was begging me to release him, but Kerchak was too.
Please, come around and let me out too.
I'm sorry, I can only let one of you out. I don't have enough time before the lions get back. I broke Ozzy out just as the lions were returning. Kerchak, I'm sorry. With that, we both fled the site. On days 30 through 33, I made it to a safe spot with Ozzy. We gotta get back there and save Kerchak.
That's just not possible right now. You saw what it looked like back there. There's too many of them.
I hate to say it, but you're right. So what's the plan then?
All we can do right now is continue our search for new recruits and hope we don't get captured again.
Okay, sounds good. We split up again, and I decided to travel to some faraway lands to minimize my chances of running into another group of lions. Eventually, I made it to the snowy mountains, and it was quite cold, even with all my fur to protect me. Ugh, it's chilly out here. After searching for a while and finding no signs of life, I finally heard a monkey screech. Whoa, what was that? I hurried to the source of the noise and found a snow leopard killing a bunch of monkeys. Without hesitation, I ran in to protect the monkeys and take the snow leopard down. I made quick work of him, and the monkeys all cheered for me.
Thank you for saving my people, brave tiger. Is there anything we can do to return the favor?
Well, you could help me in the fight against Leonidas. He's taking over the land, and yours could be next.
This Leonidas guy sounds like bad news. Yes, we will help you in your quest.
Great! Follow me back to our base. On days 34 through 37, Maker and his people followed me to the jungle's edge. Okay, we have to be cautious now and just keep moving no matter what. When suddenly, I heard a growling coming from inside the brush. Everybody look out! Out of the trees leapt a lion who started tearing apart the monkey army with ease. I fought back against the lion, and even though it was a tough foe, I was eventually able to take it down. I'm sorry for losing you so many good monkeys, but this is exactly why we need your help.
Anything to help fight the good fight.
We make it back to the base, and I showed them around. I introduced them all to Tony, and he was happy to see me.
Thank you for letting us stay here.
Thank you for joining the army, recruits. Everything you need should be here. Make sure you prepare your army for anything. Next, I needed to do some preparing myself. I needed an armor upgrade, and I was setting out to collect materials when Tony came up to me.
Hey, Bronzo, I think I'd like to join you this time.
You sure, buddy? It's pretty dangerous out there.
Yeah, I'm ready.
With that, the two of us set out to find a cave. On days 38 through 41, we made it to a large cave.
So, what are we looking for exactly?
Diamonds!
Awesome! I'm so excited!
But we're actually looking for something else too.
Really? What is it?
Well, I've been told there is a magical gem hidden deep within the jungle.
Oh, Oh, do you think it could be here?
I'm not sure, but maybe there's some clues to where it might be. Let's go. Tony and I traveled around searching for the diamonds, and eventually we had enough to make a full set of diamond tools.
Yay, diamonds! Uh-oh, Bronzo, look out!
A group of ghouls charged at me from behind. They kept spitting acid at me, leaving me poisoned and doing damage over time. Tony and I fought them off together, and Tony did a really good job. Eventually, we were able to kill them all off, and Tony grew into an adult tiger. Congrats, buddy. How do you feel?
I feel much stronger and faster now.
That's great! Come on, let's get out of here before more ghouls come. On days 42 through 45, I exited the caves to head back to my base. But little did I know, I was being watched by a group of gorillas. It's good to be back. How are things going here, Maker?
Well, I do have one thing to report. One of my soldiers has spotted a gorilla working together with Leonidas.
What? No way! That's impossible! They would never help the lions after all the chaos they've caused.
Well, that's what my man saw, and I trusted with my life. You can go check for yourself. They were in the savannah just east of here.
Thanks, Maker. I'll do that. But before I did, first I needed to continue working on the statue. This statue is going to be the beacon of hope to all the animals in the jungle. I asked Tony to help me out with the statue, and he agreed. We began working together on finishing up the head. We added eyes, ears, and a nose to make it complete.
This looks epic!
Heck yeah, it does, buddy. With that, it was time for me to search for the gorilla that was in cahoots with Leonidas.
Hey, wait! I want to come with you!
Not this time, buddy. Even with your full-grown size, this one's a little too dangerous for you, I think.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you look after the base while I'm gone and make sure everyone here is safe?
You got it, sir.
With that, I headed out again and started traveling through the jungle. When out of nowhere, I heard a gorilla roar. A group of them jumped out and began attacking me. Hey, what gives? I'm on your side. I'm with Kerchak.
No, you're not. You're a traitor.
I fought them all off, and eventually I killed all but one.
See, you big cats are all the same.
The last gorilla ran off, and I let it go. What the heck was that all about? On days 46 through 49, I went out searching for the traitor that set his gorillas on me. I searched and searched, but I couldn't seem to find anything. I ended up in the savannah. Come out wherever you are, traitor. Suddenly, a cheetah snuck up from behind me.
Ew.
What do you want?
You look lost, buddy.
Yeah, I am actually. Can you show me the way to the nearest lion camp?
Yeah, I might be able to help you, but only if you can beat me in a race.
What? How am I supposed to beat you in a race? You're the fastest cat alive.
Hey, you never know. The tortoise can beat the hare in a race.
But that's just a story.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you got lost.
Okay, fine. Where's the finish line?
Just keep on running that way until you get to the river. That'll be the finish line.
Cool, when do we... Hey, wait! I didn't know we were going! I started running, but the cheetah was way too fast, and she got a head start. Within a few moments, she was totally out of my sight. Even though I had already lost, I didn't give up, and gave it my all. I kept running until eventually I saw the cheetah sitting at the river. Good race!
You're funny. What's a tiger doing in the savannah anyways?
I'm looking for a lion camp around here, remember?
Oh, right. Well, even though you lost the race, I still like your tenacity. You never gave up even when you knew you would lose. I'll take you to the camp.
Sweet, thanks!
Yeah, no prob. My name's Cha-Cha, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Cha-Cha. Before we could leave, a group of crocodiles lunged out of the water and attacked us. The two of us worked together to wrestle the beasts, and eventually we were able to take them all out.
We make a pretty good team, eh?
Yeah, I guess we do. All right, let's bounce. After following Cha-Cha for a while, we finally made it to the lion camp.
All right, this is as far as I'll go. The lions have been pretty brutal lately.
Thank you, Cha-Cha. I hope we meet again someday.
See you soon, Tiger.
After Cha-Cha left, I snuck around the base to get a better look at what was happening. I made it around to a spot where I could see over the walls, and what I saw was unbelievable. Kerchak? He was talking with none other than Leonidas himself. I can't believe this. I wanted to confront him, but I knew that if I did, it would be the end for me. Instead, I decided to sneak up closer and listen to their conversation.
See, Kerchak, those fools never bothered to save you. They left you behind and forgot about you. I guess they did. So much for the rebellion. What did you want from me? I seek loyalty from you and your apes. Together, we will defeat the rebellion before it grows out of hand. And what after? What about my apes? They will bathe in the riches of the new jungle kingdom. Why should I refuse?
And I'll give you a head start. But soon enough, we will meet again, and it will be for the last time.
Very well. I pledge my allegiance to you, Lord Leonidas. You have me and my guerrilla army at your disposal.
Very good. Patrol this camp and make sure it never falls to the enemy. Meanwhile, I'll be out expanding our territory more.
With that, Leonidas left, and I found a place to rest until nighttime, when I would make my next move. On days 54 through 57, night had fallen, and things seemed to have died down at the lion camp. Alright, time to sneak in and confront Kerchak. I looked around to find him asleep in his quarters. I approached him and tried to wake him up.
What are you doing here?
Shh, stay quiet.
What do you want, traitor?
I'm not the traitor. You're the one working with Leonidas. I was gonna come back for you, but it was too dangerous at the time.
Well, it's too late now. I've switched teams, and as a matter of fact, you're intruding in my new team's base right now.
Kerchak started attacking me, and I was forced to fight him off. We were evenly matched, and the fighting went on for a while. Kerchak could hit really hard. Eventually, I gained the upper hand and bested him, though. But before I could deal the final blow...
Help, guards! Come quickly! There's an intruder, and I need backup.
Wait, no! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, little one.
The lion guards came out in full force, and the next thing I knew, I was surrounded.
Stand down, Tiger.
On days 58 through 61, I woke up in a dungeon. Can anybody hear me? I gotta get out of here! Just then, Leonidas emerged, accompanied by Kerchak. Kerchak, how could you? Kerchak didn't respond.
Looks like you have no friends to save you, little tiger.
You'll pay for this, Leonidas. I swear it to be true.
Pity. You really do remind me of your parents. Always fighting for what's right.
Yeah, because they're good people.
Well, you know what? Killing for fun and power feels good.
You ought to let me out of here and face me like a real lion.
Oh no, I can't do that. I'm so close to putting out that fire you rebels call teamwork. And then I'll finally be the rightful king of the jungle with nobody to stop me. Ta-ta now, I've got work to do.
With that, Leonidas left, but Kerchak hesitated. What, you got nothing to say to me, Kerchak?
I'm sorry.
After Kerchak left, I started trying to plan my escape, when suddenly, I had a vision of my dad when I was little. This is so fun, Dad!
I'm glad you're having a blast, son. But before we head home, do you want to hear something cool?
Yes, Papa, I do! He took a deep breath and roared with all his might. Whoa, that was epic, Dad!
Yes, son. This roar is so powerful, the entire jungle can hear it.
That's it! I woke up from my vision in the cage and knew what I had to do. I took a huge breath and let out the biggest roar of my entire life. I waited for a moment, but nothing was happening.
You call that a roar? You sound nothing like your father.
Another moment passed, and then suddenly there was a low rumbling coming from all around.
Huh? What the heck is that?
Just then, every single animal we had recruited to the rebellion burst into the camp. Ha! I knew it would work. In all the chaos, Kerchak came back down to the cage. What are you doing here, Kerchak? He stood there for another moment, and then without a word, he began to break me out of the cage. Huh? Thanks, Kerchak. Together, the two of us made our way through the commotion and out of the camp. The other recruits all followed behind us. Eventually, we all made it back to the base, and everybody cheered. Hooray! While I was in there, I never gave up hope for the revolution. And now that I'm out, I'm going to work harder than ever before to take Leonidas down. And with General Kerchak back on our side, I think our chances will be better than ever.
I'm glad to be back.
We're glad to have you back, Kerchak. And thanks for saving me back there. Things got pretty hairy.
Your parents would have done the same for me, Bronzo. You know, you remind me a lot of them.
Really?
Of course. They were brave warriors just like you. They would be proud.
Thanks, Kerchak. That means a lot.
Now, let's finish the job and take down Leonidas.
Yeah, let's do this. The next morning, I woke up and the entire base was in shambles. Everything was on fire, and my army was in chaos. Who would have done such a thing? Just as those words left my mouth, Leonidas emerged.
Who do you think?
I knew it. My army and I will take you out soon enough.
Now, what army? They're all on fire right now. I've almost got full control of the jungle, and I will be king. It's over.
Well, you won't have the help of the apes anymore.
I won't be needing them, you foolish two-faced ape.
Why, I oughta.
Kerchak, wait! It's not worth it! We'll get him soon enough!
Later, losers. Have fun with your busted-up base.
We're going to rebuild it. Stronger than ever.
Yeah, whatever.
With that, Leonidas fled the scene, and we started repairing our broken base.
Now that that's done, I need to leave.
What? But you just got here!
It's not safe for me to stay here. Plus, I need to rally my people back to the right side.
Okay, if you think that's best.
If you need anything, my apes and I are only a shout away. Don't hesitate to call us back.
I won't. Thank you for your help, Kerchak. On days 71 through 74, Ozzy brought us back some new recruits. It was a bunch of rhinos, giraffes, and Komodo dragons.
Hello, sir. We've heard a lot about you, and it will be an honor to serve in your army.
That's what I like to hear. I see Ozzy brought in the big guns.
What did I miss while I was out?
A lot. I'll explain later. Right now, I need to find out where my parents hid the magical gem for me, as soon as possible. Have you found any clues on your travels?
Unfortunately, I can't say I have. Maybe if you meditate, it could help you find the answer.
Okay. I'll think about that. But first, I gotta put some more details on my statue. I set out to find some squid, so I could collect their ink sacs and use that to make black wool, which I would need to finish up the statue. Next, I dyed some of the sheep the new colors and sheared them. I then added details to the legs of the statue, covering them in stripes. Looks amazing. With that work done, I was ready to set out and look for the gem. On days 75 through 78, I began traveling deep into the jungle to search for the magical gem. Where would my parents have hidden it? Eventually, I made it to the top of a tall tree in an attempt to see as far as possible as I could. I looked around, but I still couldn't see anything. This is so frustrating. Supposedly, I'm the only one who could possibly know where it is, but I have no idea. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I got a vision of my parents again.
Son, we want you to know how much we love you.
I know. I love you too, Mom and Dad.
One more thing, just in case you need it. We want to show you where we hid the heart of the jungle.
Okay, where is it?
Follow me, son.
Just as I was about to find the answers I needed, I was snapped out of my vision by a sound.
Hello? Anybody in there?
Oh, come on! I was so close! Cha-Cha! What are you doing here?
Oh, sorry. Was I interrupting something?
Yeah, I was about to find out where my parents left the heart of the jungle for me.
Well, I think I might be able to make that up to you.
How?
Follow me.
On days 79 through 82, I followed Cha-Cha through multiple biomes, like jungles, deserts, badlands, and plains. We had finally reached the place where my parents left the gem, and I began to feel a strange energy. This must be it, Cha-Cha.
You go ahead and grab it, Tiger.
I began walking towards the gem, when suddenly, a lion showed up.
Well. What do we have here?
None of your business, freak.
Is that the heart of the jungle right there?
No, it's just a dumb replica.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to kill you both to make sure.
The beast quickly lunged at me. I tried my best to maneuver around his onslaught of attacks, but it became overwhelming. I swung my sword and managed to get a couple hits in, but it felt like it just wasn't enough. Eventually, the lion bested us.
The little lovers are defeated. Now watch me as I hoist the heart.
The lion walked up towards the heart. I looked towards Cha-Cha, when suddenly we both heard a yell. We walked towards the structure. We both saw the lion surrounded within a pit of hundreds of snakes.
Help! Help!
Sorry, bud, but you deserve this. I watched the horrors of the scene that was taking place. My parents must have known someone like him would show up. Noticing the heart across the way, I built a bridge and walked over. After obtaining the heart, I gained a mystical staff. Whoa, this is awesome. Let's cause some havoc. Now with the heart of the jungle in my hands, on days 83 through 85, I went in search of lion camps to deface. After a small amount of looking, I discovered the first base and quickly caused the destruction I was yearning for. I moved from base to base, using my new staff in the process. Haha! Leonidas will hear about this soon. Getting lost in the joy of the chaos, Ozzy appeared behind me.
Aye, I've been looking all over for you.
What is it, Ozzy?
Well, I've gotten word that you've been causing a lot of damage to the environment.
What? No! I was destroying lion camps!
Yes, but with great power comes great responsibility. And it turns out that while you were destroying camps, you were also destroying innocent lives.
Oh no, I feel so bad now.
It's okay. The heart of the jungle is hard to control. That's why I'm sending you off to meet a personal trainer of mine, so you can learn to wield the power of nature.
A trainer? What's their name?
He goes by the name of Boris. He's kind of hard to miss. He lives in the Badlands just north of here.
Thank you, Ozzy. I'll be sure to find him and learn how to control this power. After finishing up my talk with Ozzy, I began my journey northbound. I headed out to find Boris on days 86 and 87. However, I stopped and decided I had other plans in mind. Who cares about a trainer? I know what I'm doing. I went up to the top of the jungle tree and thought about things for a moment. I felt sad and confused. I really wish my parents were here to help me. They know what to do. Suddenly, I saw my father appear in front of me in ghost form. Dad?
We are here with you, son.
Dad, I'm so glad to see you again.
As am I, son. You must be strong. You are the king of the jungle. Always remember that.
I will. Thanks, Dad. He disappeared, and Cha-Cha showed up shortly after.
Hey, I thought I heard a familiar voice.
Oh, hey, Cha-Cha. What are you up to?
Nothing?
Oh, I got an idea. I decided to take Cha-Cha on a fun little date. First, we flew a kite around. It was super fun to watch it fly in the air. After a while, we got hungry and decided to go hunting for some prey. We pounced on some gazelle and killed them swiftly and gathered their meat. Lastly, we had a picnic on the beach with the food we secured.
Today was really fun, Bronzo.
Yeah, it was. But hey, I should really get back to finding this trainer.
Oh, yeah, don't let me stop ya.
See ya, Cha-Cha.
I love him.
On days 88 through 90, I continued my travels to meet the trainer, Boris. After making some distance, the sun began to fall and night had risen. Whoa, it's getting kind of spooky out here. Suddenly, zombies started appearing from all directions. I had no choice but to fight them off. I might cause more collateral damage if I use the heart of the jungle. Better stick to the good old fighting method. I used my jump explosion and sword to fight them off, killing zombies one after the other, but the numbers didn't seem to let up. I began to think all hope was lost, when suddenly, a big buffalo came rushing in. He landed with a fiery explosion, setting all the zombies around him on fire. Within seconds, he was able to defeat them all.
And you must be Bronzo.
That's me! Are you Boris?
That's the name. I can see that you clearly need some assistance.
Hey now, I'm not that bad at fighting.
Fair, but you could definitely use some work. Follow me to my barracks, and let's get started on your training.
On days 91 through 93, we finally reached Boris's base. It looked very well armed, just like him.
You almost died back there. Your armor is a bit weak.
What do you mean?
We'll need to get you some bufflin armor. It's a whole lot tougher than that puny diamond stuff.
Wow, and here I thought that offense was the most important thing that existed in battle.
Oh no, it's definitely important, but it's not as important as defense. Defense is the best offense. Here, take these.
Boris handed me a full set of diamond armor. It may not be Bufflon, but it's better than what I have now. Thanks, Boris.
Don't thank me yet, kid. We still have some training to do.
We moved over to the training area, and Boris gave me his first set of instructions.
First things first, you need to learn how to take a hit. So you're gonna stand there without flinching. Ready?
Okay. Boris began wailing on me. Each time I was progressively getting knocked back less and less, until there was hardly any.
Great. Next, you'll need to learn how to dodge properly. I'm going to hurl these arrows at you, and let's just hope you can avoid them.
Wait, what? Boris started launching arrows at me, and every single one of them hit me. Eventually, I started to get the timing down, and was able to avoid them without breaking a sweat.
Splendid! Now for your final course. You'll be working on your aim. You can't just be shooting that laser anywhere you gosh darn please.
For the last test, Boris had me shoot several circles floating in the sky. I kept shooting the actual circles, and not inside them.
Come on, boy. You gotta shoot at the circle.
With a bit more focus, I had finally done it. I was shooting lasers into the circles. No problem.
I think you're ready to take on Leonidas. Oh, and one more thing. Drink this. This is what keeps me big and strong.
I picked up the drink that Boris had tossed and drank it. Immediately, I turned into a bigger, buffer tiger and gained even more hearts. Whoa! What was in that potion?
Oh, just a Bufflin secret family tradition. The heart of a warrior and the speed of an eagle. The secret ingredient is love. And the rest is liver.
Well, whatever it is, it made me stronger than I ever thought I could be. Thanks for everything, Boris. I'll see you later. On days 94 through 96, I began my journey back home, but I was met with a friend.
Bronzo, There you are.
Oh, hey, Kerchak. You seem angry. What seems to be the problem?
I can't wait any longer. I want Leonidas dead.
We're not ready. I've been training, and I've gotten stronger, but I don't know if I can defeat Leonidas yet. We need to assemble the army first.
I disagree. I'm off to kill him myself.
Wait, Kerchak, come back! I trailed Kerchak and followed him all the way to Leonidas' base. By the time I caught up, he was already up the stairs and confronted Leonidas.
I hate you, Leonidas. Take this.
I'm coming to help, Kerchak! I joined the battle to help, but Leonidas was powerful. I never felt such strength before.
I'll never give up. How about we make it a little more even?
Leonidas then hit me so hard, I flew back a few feet.
Now it's time to watch your friend die.
Leonidas charged Kerchak, and with one final swipe, he killed him. No! I fired my beam at Leonidas, but he was too fast and escaped it. Leonidas, you coward! I will avenge Kerchak and everyone you've hurt! From days 97 to 98, I returned to the base feeling blue. Hey everyone, listen up. A few days ago, we lost a good soldier and father. Who? Kerchak James Henry IV. He was the best anyone could ever ask for. So please, a moment of silence for Kerchak. But let this not be a sad day, as we are gonna march into Leonidas' base and dethrone him once and for all.
Is there anything we could do to help?
Yes, actually. Everyone needs to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what your favorite part of the video was. With the speech done, there was one more thing left to do. Finish the statue. I added stripes and details to the body, face, and tail. This one's for you, Mom and Pop. Before leaving for good, I said my final goodbyes.
No, don't leave.
Sorry, Tony. I must.
Can I at least join you in the battle?
It's not safe. Only I can do it. You stay here and protect the army.
I'm gonna miss you, Bronzo.
I'll miss you too, buddy. This isn't goodbye for good. This is just see you later. On day 99, I made my way towards Leonidas' base. Leo was gonna pay for this. The road to the base wasn't easy because I was ambushed by more lions.
You won't get past us.
We'll see about that, lion freaks. I quickly made work of them with my roar, diamond sword, and looked good doing it. Too easy. Eventually, I made it to the outside of his kingdom. The giant dash from the beam was still present. May Kerchak live on. Well, this is it.
Hey, Tiger, hold on!
Cha-Cha, what are you doing here?
You can't go in there, it's too dangerous.
I have to, or the entire jungle will be in peril.
Okay, but there's one thing I want you to know before you go. I love you.
I feel the same about you, Cha-Cha. Don't worry, I will come out victorious.
Good luck in there, Tiger.
On day 100, I confronted Leonidas. He was standing on a high point above. It's over, Leonidas. I ain't afraid to blast you again. You're no king of the jungle. You're just a big bully.
Really? Because from what I see, I had the high ground and the influence on all the animals in the jungle.
I'm here for justice for my family and friends, for all that you've hurt. I don't know if I'll win, but I'll fight you to my last breath. We started our battle. Leonidas had strong powers. Some he stole from the evokers, and it almost seemed like I wasn't going to make it.
You're weak, just like your father.
My dad was the greatest cat in the jungle. I was sick and tired of Leonidas and wanted to end him now. Take this! Leonidas was defeated, but the call of the tiger burnt stronger than ever before. Fiery rage consumed me as I was transported into my next body. On day 1, I spawned into a jungle kingdom as a baby tiger. Massive airships began to fly over my home, dropping explosives in their wake. Everything around me was consumed in flames. What's going on? Enemies rained down from the ships and terrorized my people with their immense strength. Tigers ran in horror as they swarmed the city. Just then, my older brother, Fang, dropped down into the city.
Our father was never fit to rule this world. I'm taking what's rightfully mine. Not so fast.
Out of nowhere, my dad arrived with his army forces and confronted my big brother. Fang charged into the fight with the force of his army as people were slain left and right. My dad unleashed a flurry of fiery blows upon Fang, but my brother was far too fast. Unfortunately, it was clear that my dad's men were losing. I watched in horror as my father began to get overpowered by Fang. I had to help somehow, so I rushed to his side.
Bronzo, protect our home!
With his dying breath, he tossed over his war gauntlet and was slain by his own son. No! Using the weapon my dad had given me suddenly made my body begin to change. I stood on 2 paws and became endowed in shining golden armor. Fire blazed on my body and I gained 5 more hearts. I was now a war tiger.
Get him, men!
I braced myself as my brother's forces came after me. On day 2, I was faced with the might of an entire army. Luckily, I had my new gauntlets to defend myself. A stampede of fiery-eyed tigers quickly rushed at me. As I ran, I attacked with my new gauntlet claws, giving me the opportunity to weave between the tigers. They chased me around the base, but with my new transformation, my speed allowed me to escape their attacks, keeping a good distance from my opponents. I was stronger now than before, and managed to injure a few of the goons with my powerful claws. Unfortunately, they were heavily armed, which gave them a powerful edge over me. I can't hold them off anymore. I had no choice but to run as the tiger army chased close behind. They rained down from the sky, ready to kill me, no matter what twist or turn I made. Thanks to their airships, they know my every move. The airships continued their onslaught, dropping explosives down onto me as I ran. I did my best to evade the attacks, but I messed up and took a heavy hit, leaving me with low health. I ran inside a building to avoid the barrage and found a secret underground passage within. With Fang's forces closing in on all sides, I had nowhere else to run. Here goes nothing! I hopped into the chasm and plummeted into the darkness below. On day 3, I landed inside of the underground cavern to find it lit with glowing gems. I thought my leap of faith was enough to protect me, but I watched as Fang's men jumped down into the hole too. I was once again trapped in a bad situation. I guess this is the end! Suddenly, the army ran away from me. Huh? I turned around and realized I had awoken a giant spider. Enraged, the monster lunged at me, ready to make me his next meal. The giant spider began spewing venom and acid breath, stinging my tiger skin all over. I fought back with the gauntlet that my dad had given me, using its power to deliver some ferocious punches to the spider's eyes. The spider bit with its massive fangs, but I retaliated with a few charged up punches that sent the spider flying backwards. The powers of the gauntlet were amazing, but I was quickly running out of stamina as the spider sprayed me with white webbing. I was getting exhausted. My golden war tiger armor kept me safe for the most part, but the giant arachnid was relentless with its attacks. I was too weak from the previous battle to stand a chance. He was far too strong for me in my current state. My back was up against a wall, and there was nowhere to turn. The beast charged at me full speed, and I moved just in time to evade the attack. He smashed into the wall, revealing a new path that had been hidden. There's a way out! I ran through the passage as the beast continued to pursue me close behind. On days 4 through 5, I made it to the other side of the passage to find myself in one of Fang's bases. It was crawling with his men that were prepping for battle.
Halt or we will charge.
Bring it on! I jumped out of the way as the massive spider barreled into the charging enemies. He gnashed his teeth at Fang's men, and they retaliated with their claws. The two forces fought against each other, buying me some time to escape. I found my way back to the surface, but to my horror, I found more of the enemy forces waiting.
Nice try, but Fang isn't gonna let you stir up trouble.
I'm not going down without a fight. The commander held his blade close, while smoldering bits of magma were released from his body. He raised his sword and swung in my direction, and performed a whirling series of fiery slashes, while his men watched him take care of business. I tried my best to dodge and weave through the chaos of the battlefield, while trying to take down the forces with my war gauntlets. He was heavily armored and difficult to overcome. I quickly realized the power of my brother's army was too much to take on alone. I gotta make a break for it, or I'm dead! I found an opening and climbed up the mountain to escape the heavily armed forces.
Oh no, you don't.
The commander charged in as I made it to the edge of a cliff. I had nowhere to run, and he knocked me backwards, sending me off the edge towards my doom. On days 6 through 7, I was plummeting towards the earth, but I managed to land in water, breaking my fall. Those guys are crazy powerful! Suddenly, I heard footsteps approaching and ducked down into a nearby cave. To my surprise, the commander was still looking for me.
I know you're around here somewhere.
I moved deeper into the cave and stayed hidden as the commander patrolled the area. I knew getting caught by him would be a death sentence. I was going to have to stealth my way out of this one. I walked carefully from hiding spot to hiding spot. Unfortunately, I wasn't careful enough. I accidentally stepped onto some loose rocks and alerted the commander.
There you are.
The hulking man chased after me, and I ran as fast as I could out of the cave when I spotted a village of frost copper golems. I gotta hide! I took cover inside of the peaceful village as the commander caught up to me.
Men, level this pathetic village and find Bronzo.
Like clockwork, the area was swarmed by Fang's men. On days 8 through 9, the village of golems were under attack by my brother's evil forces. The entities tried their best to defend their home, but they were no match for the elite fighters. The innocent people fell one by one to the might of my brother's army as they searched for me. This is all my fault. I have to help them. I found some food in a chest and quickly healed up before jumping back into the fray. If you guys want me, come and get me. The guards all came up to me, and I prepared to fight. They pounced onto me, and I could only just barely dodge. More of Fang's soldiers joined the fray. I was able to take down the lesser goons with my trusty gauntlets, but the commander soon set his sights on me too. The two of us clashed in glorious battle, but I wasn't able to stand up to him. A few hits left me once again with low health.
Any last words?
As I was about to accept my fate, the giant spider from before jumped out of nowhere. The beast stormed the village, causing Fang's men to retreat. I couldn't let the monster level the village, but I had an idea. Hey, big guy, come and get me. I ran off as the beast chased me in a blind fury. I was soon cornered at the edge of a deep chasm, and the beast knocked me over, sending me falling inside. On days 10 through 11, I landed inside of a gold-covered cavern as the massive beast dropped down below me. Won't you just give up? I ran through the cavern as the monster chased me through the narrow passages. I couldn't seem to shake it off my tail, and I knew I was too weak to fight it alone. I was going to have to think of something fast. I fled into a room and used my gauntlet claws to knock down rubble, sealing the beast off from the entrance. I don't think that'll hold him for long. I continued into the cave until suddenly the commander dropped down in front of me.
Nowhere to run. Prepare yourself.
On days 12 through 14, I was facing off with the commander of Fang's troops. The commander began by shooting his missiles at me, dwindling my health bit by bit. He then flew towards me, trying to attack with his steaming hot blade, but luckily I was able to evade his attack. I ran at my opponent to get in close to hit him with my gauntlet claws. I landed my strike right in his metal core, dealing minimal damage. The commander still came at me with his powerful magma blocks that he summoned from the ground. Arming his massive flamethrower, he sent waves of fire flying in my direction. Even without his army to back him up, the commander was a tough foe. At this rate, I was going to get crushed. I got knocked down to low health and knew one more hit would be the end of me. Dad, I'm sorry! Suddenly, the frost copper golems from the village I had saved ran into the cavern to help me. They began to fight off the commander, and I couldn't let them do it alone. I jumped back into the battle. The commander tried to fight back the golems, but they were able to overwhelm him. I used the gauntlet my dad gave me to its full potential, repeatedly striking the commander and setting shockwaves through his armor. The golems continued to swarm his legs, giving me plenty of openings for devastating blows. I could tell the commander wouldn't be able to go on for much longer. With their help, we managed to defeat the commander once and for all. The fury of war burned brighter inside me, causing my body to change. I grew bigger in size and gained even more powerful armor. The flames on my body grew brighter and my claws were sharper. I was now an adult war tiger with a new power. If I want any chance of winning this war, then I need to build my own army. Suddenly, the cavern began to explode all around us as the airships dropped more explosives from the sky above.
This way!
I followed my new recruits the way they came, in hopes of escaping the war ground. On days 15 to 17, I followed my army of golems as explosives rained from the skies above. Take cover! Over there! I spotted a cave, and together, we tried to protect ourselves from the falling explosives. Suddenly, I heard a menacing growl come from behind me. Is that a... Before I could react, a wolf dragged one of my men away. What? Left and right, wolves began abducting my army. I couldn't react fast enough. Stop! Go away now! Before I knew it, one wolf got the jump on me, and I blacked out. I woke up with a throbbing headache, and I was locked in a cage, separate from my army, who were in another cage.
You'll be a perfect meal for our leader.
You think so? I quickly broke open the cage with my new power and stepped forward to stand my ground. You should all be submitting to me and joining my army.
You tell him, Bronzo.
No, our leader is far stronger than you. Attack!
Just then, the wolf pack attacked. They swarmed around me, jumping and biting me non-stop. I fought back as best I could, using my new abilities to swing at them, my fists blazing with power. On days 18 to 20, I was fighting with the pack. I thought I was actually winning, until a massive wolf stepped forward.
Enough!
The rest of the wolves backed off immediately. Everyone stood in silence, waiting for the alpha wolf to speak his next words.
Very well, War Tiger. Complete the full moon trials and you may become our alpha. Fail and we'll eat you and your entire army.
Bring it on! I was then taken to the first trial. I had to platform over a pit of boiling magma. I had two choices, succeed or plummet and let my entire army down. And I wasn't going to let them down. The full moon hung heavy over my head in the sky as I jumped from platform to platform. Everything was going well until I made it to the end. It was one final large jump. It looked impossible. I honed all my strength and took a leap of faith. I barely made it and passed trial 1. Let's go! I did it!
Only the first trial. Let us move on. The second trial is to go on a hunt for the colony.
Hunt? For your colony? Why would I do that?
Remember who holds the fate of your people.
Right. I'll be off now. I was sent off into the forest to do their hunting. I killed a few animals for their meat, and everything seemed to be going fine until I heard some heavy footsteps. I turned around and spotted a massive mutant plant. Before I could react, it attacked me. The mutant had a powerful bite, and if it couldn't reach me with its mouth, it would reach me with its fists. My punches launched it into the air before slamming it back down into the earth. Despite the punches, it kept on fighting until I could see it beginning to grow weak. Finally, I defeated the mutant nightmare and came out completing another trial. Just then, the alpha wolf appeared.
I see you have defeated the mutant. Let us move on to trial 3.
The alpha wolf then took me back to his camp for the final trial. So, what's trial 3?
Defeating the current leader, me!
Without another moment, the alpha wolf lunged at me. On days 21 to 23, I was battling the alpha wolf in hopes of recruiting the pack to my cause.
What's the matter? Can't handle the big bad wolf?
Yeah, right. I'm not done yet. The alpha was much stronger than the rest of his pack, and it was going to take a lot to beat him. I struck at him again and again, hoping one of the blows would be enough to take him down. He would shoot electricity at me and cause lightning to fall from the sky. There must have been something in his mechanical gears that could cause all of this electricity. Though this wolf was tough, I managed to overpower him and take him down. Surrender your pack and join my army. Suddenly, the alpha wolf transformed into a massive shadow wolf.
You didn't think it would be that easy, did you?
What? No fair! How?
The power of the full moon. I've harnessed it for my taking.
I could sense his power surging through him. I wasn't sure if I could win, but I knew I had to try.
Do you surrender?
Never! Without another word, I charged in for round 2. On days 24 to 26, I was battling out with the empowered Alpha Shadow Wolf. His new form towered over me, and he leapt into the air, spinning before hitting the ground right in front of me. He now carried a massive shadowy blade, which he swung at me relentlessly. My punches seemed weak in comparison to such a beast, but I couldn't give up now. He used the darkness of the full blood moon to his advantage, and it was overpowering me.
Fool, as long as the full moon casts its light, you will never win.
Then it's time to light this place up. Through sure will, I was able to gain a flame power, and I began setting the entire landscape ablaze. The light from the fire began to weaken the power of the Shadow Wolf. What? Don't like a little light?
Why, you?
Immediately, the alpha wolf became weaker, and he roared in frustration, trying to swing at me. But his attacks were far less powerful than before. I figured all I would need was a few more good hits, and he would be beaten. I managed to win the battle, defeating him once and for all. Around me, the other wolves witnessed his downfall.
All hail the new alpha!
The wolves then took me back to my friends, who had been set free, and I was reunited with them. Welcome to my army, everyone. Though right when everything seemed peaceful, trouble came.
There's the war tiger. Get him!
On days 27 to 29, Fang's army attacked me, but my new wolf pack came to my aid. You want some of me? You'll have to go through my army. My crew snapped at Fang's gang and put up a decent fight. The wolves were gnashing their teeth as they bit at the tigers, who retaliated by swiping their razor-sharp claws. The beasts clashed around me, and I entered the fray. Using my ground slam to shake them up, I assaulted the tiger foes, releasing a ferocious barrage of punches, fighting them off and defending my wolf allies. As more swarmed us, I unleashed my uppercut attack, devastating all who were in the way of my fists. During the battle, one of the goons dropped a map titled Next Raid. I knew I had to investigate this map further, but I couldn't in the heat of the battle, so I came up with a better idea. Hold these guys off! I'm gonna check this out! I left my army behind, knowing they could handle the fight, and followed the map to see what was waiting for me. After a bit of traveling, I arrived at a village, completely in ruin. What happened here? As I investigated, I was ambushed by more of Fang's men. It was a trap. I was bombarded by the white tigers from all directions. I quickly got my senses together and began using what I knew best. The tigers were not deterred by my vicious attacks. They kept coming at me with numbers I've never seen before. It felt like an endless nightmare. I can't hold on much longer.
Not so fast.
Suddenly, a massive monkey warrior jumped into the fray to help me. I had never seen moves like the monkey was portraying. He used his staff to knock the tigers back and create distance, so he could then strike them down with a critical blow. The tigers kept coming, wanting to destroy the mysterious monkey warrior, but he was determined to defeat them. He flipped into the air and grand slammed, creating a ripple around him and dealing tons of damage. I quickly jumped in to aid him and used my elemental punches to finish off the rest of the foul tigers. I had to know who was fighting by my side, so I asked, "Who are you?"
The name's Wu. Don't wear it out.
Wu and I continued to fight, and eventually we killed all of Fang's goons. Just when we thought we had this battle in the bag, a mysterious figure appeared.
Enough of this!
One good look at him, and I could tell he was the commander.
You're going down.
On days 30 to 32, Wu and I were locked in combat with the commander. His armor was unlike any other. It was unbreakable, and both Wu and I didn't stand a chance. The commander kept shooting missile after missile, bullet after bullet. He was the best gunner anyone has ever seen. His explosions were too much for even the both of us to handle.
Sorry, friend. You're on your own with this one.
The monkey fled, leaving me to die. Wait, come back! Before I could say another word, I was knocked out cold by the commander's might.
Not enough.
The next thing I knew, I woke up inside of a cell with the other prisoners from the destroyed village.
Fang will be here soon to retrieve y'all.
The commander then left the area. I felt helpless at this moment, but just then, Wu dropped down. You came back!
Of course. Sometimes you have to wait for the right moment to strike.
With a swift attack, he freed me and his allies from the cage, but very quickly, the alarms began to blare.
There isn't time. I'll lead my men to safety. Meet me at the Temple of the East.
You got it! Without further hesitation, I fled and parted ways with Wu. On days 33 to 35, I found a way to escape the prison as the alarm sounded around me. Suddenly, mechanical insects began to pursue me. Fang's tech is improving more and more by the day. I tried to outrun them, but they were waiting around every corner, as if they knew my next move. I looked around and realized this place was littered with cameras. As long as they can use those, I'm never safe. I searched for a way to shut off the cameras and found the main control panel. I used my powers to destroy the machinery, causing the insects to lose sight of me. Now's my chance. I found an exit and escaped the prison. I better head east before those bug brains catch up. Eventually, I found the temple where Wu was, already waiting for me.
It's good to see you made it out alive.
Thanks to you. Please consider joining my cause. We need to win this war and stop my brother.
Me and my men will, if you can prove yourself.
Just then, Wu leapt at me with determination. On days 36 to 38, I began to deal with Wu. He was a skilled warrior and put my battle knowledge to the test. Wu immediately unleashed a powerful backflip attack, catching me off guard. He followed up by unleashing a fire blast from his staff, and I retaliated with a quick uppercut before dodging away. He followed close and let loose with a ground slam, causing serious damage, but I retaliated with a flurry of punches. He used a spinning staff attack to try to get some breathing room, so I dodged back to avoid it before re-engaging with my own grand slam. He was strong and put up a good fight, but I was stronger. Though a vigorous fight, I managed to defeat Wu.
You are worthy. Please take this weapon. Me and my people will serve you as allies.
He handed me a mysterious samurai sword. I grabbed it, and when I wielded it, I transformed into my final War Tiger phase. I had 5 more hearts and new powers to use in my arsenal. Let's see Feng stop me now.
Gladly.
Suddenly, the commander from earlier arrived.
Stand back. I got this one.
Wu and the commander duked it out. It was a very close and intense fight. I had no idea who would come out on top. Wu again unleashed his backflip attack, but it did little to affect the commander. He followed up with his spinning staff attack, but the commander didn't even flinch. Rockets began flying, exploding all around the temple, shattering the floor, and sending Wu flying back. Despite their injuries, Wu charged back in, attacking with his fire staff, but again, it proved to be fruitless. The commander continued to unleash a seemingly unending missile barrage, relentless in his attack. Wu did his best, striking with his ground slam, but doing nothing to stop the commander's attacks.
Please, Bronzo, protect my people and win this war.
With his final words, Wu died. Wu, no! You'll pay for this! I jumped at the commander in a blind rage. On days 39 to 41, I fought the commander. I knew it would be my toughest battle yet. However, I had my samurai sword to back myself up now. The commander assaulted me with powerful robot punches, and I let loose with my own powerful explosive fire punch, setting him ablaze. He retaliated using his machine gun hands to pepper me with bullets as I dodged around him. Having moved farther away, he switched tactics and began unleashing with his missile barrage, so I returned fire by blasting him with my flamethrower. I dashed in for a katana strike, slicing at him when I saw an opening. He shot at me again, and I dodged out of the way, striking him with a flurry of punches as I moved. I began a whirlwind of slashes, slicing at him furiously as the blade effortlessly cut through his armor. This is for Wu! I struck him down, winning the battle. Upon his death, he dropped a letter with some interesting material. At sunset, we will be taking over the seas. That sounds bad. I need to get to the ocean now. I told my new recruits to meet up with my army and head out to the oceans. I arrived just as the sun was setting, but nothing seemed to be happening.
Hello, brother.
I looked up only to see a fleet of airships fly overhead. It was another trap! On days 42 to 44, I was face to face with my older brother, Feng.
Are you ready to surrender?
I will never surrender to you, after what you did to our father.
Ha! Do you really think you can defeat me? You are the smallest cub in the pack. You don't stand a chance.
That may be true, but I'm just as much of a war tiger as you are.
We'll see about that once you're put into the ground, just like our father.
Without another word, Feng attacked me. I charged back, striking him with my fire punches. He seemed completely unfazed and attacked by unleashing a plasma blast of his own, igniting me. We continued dodging around each other, fire and plasma spewing across the battlefield, setting the ground on fire. Our fists met each other's bodies as we landed blow after blow in an epic slugfest. The airships were bombarding the area with explosive rounds, devastating the landscape and causing severe damage. I continued the fight regardless, switching tactics and using my samurai sword to create a flurry of blade slices as I did my best to avoid Fang's damaging attacks. Dashing in and out of his rage, I attacked desperately to land any hits I could. As the world exploded around me, between him and the airships, I was no match against their might. With nowhere else to go, I fled into the water. I hate you, brother! I thought I was safe, until explosives began plunging into the ocean. I tried to evade them while holding my breath, but as I did, I suddenly got sucked down into a whirlpool. I realized I had swam over magma blocks. I tried to fight the current, but I couldn't break free. After a few moments of despair, I passed out. On days 45 to 47, I woke up on a boat in the middle of the ocean. I looked around and realized that I was surrounded by a crew of pirates and a fleet of ships. Where am I?
Ahoy, lad! You were drowning, so we saved you!
Before I could respond, the ship began to rock violently. What's going on? Looking around, I saw that there was an incoming fleet of enemy ships.
Looks like we have company. Mateys, to your battle stations!
In seconds, war broke out between the ship's crews. They began pelting one another with cannonballs, causing explosions as far as the eye could see. The pirates I was with had just saved me, so I figured the best thing I could do was try to help them out. Using my own powers, I tried to hit the enemy ships and cause some kind of damage. It worked a bit, but their numbers were large, and each ship had a thick hull. Not to mention that the enemy's main ship was simply too powerful to take down. There was only one way to defeat it. I've got to break it from the inside. While my new allies continued to fight the fleet, I started my invasion on the main ship. On days 48 to 50, I washed up aboard the enemy ship, only to find their captain waiting for me.
If it isn't Fang's little brother, looks like it's me lucky day.
You work for Fang? Then you're going down. The captain summoned phantom tentacles to attack me, reaching out from the deck and swatting at me when I got too close. I fought back, using my flamethrower attack to ignite him, letting the fire do its work. I continued my assault, letting loose with a quick barrage of sword strikes to whittle the captain's health down. He dodged across the deck, attempting to weave between my attacks while slashing at me with his own wicked sword. I was able to dodge away easily, then quickly re-engage with my trusty sword dash attack. I was eager to finish the fight as quickly as possible. I brought the captain to his knees, but all he did was began to laugh hysterically.
Yarr!
What's so funny?
In a few days, Fang is going to unleash a massive attack just north of here. Your forces won't stand a chance.
We won't go down that easy. I had enough, and with one last attack, I slayed the captain. Looks like I'm having calamari for dinner. Next, I used my fire abilities and burned down his ship without regret. Finally, I returned with the original pirates, and they rejoiced.
Thank you for your help. We'll happily serve you in the war against Fang. Take this.
They handed me a map titled Treasure.
This will take you to a place that holds loads of armor and weapons.
This will be perfect to prepare for the upcoming battle. I better make haste. On days 51 to 53, I followed the map to find an island, but nothing seemed to be around it. I investigated it and accidentally set off a pitfall trap. The sand opened beneath my feet and fell into a strange building. This must be the treasure I was looking for. I explored the forgotten halls, and suddenly I heard some scuttling feet. Who's there? Just then, there was a horde of venom spiders and infested swarmers crawling straight toward me. I was swarmed by the insects. I tried to fight them back with my flamethrower attack, but they were just too fast. Before I knew it, they were right on top of me. I lashed out with my sword, but I needed something substantial. I started using my slam attack, smashing the bugs madly as they continued to race towards me. They started biting at me and shooting venom from rage. I tried to dodge them, but the horde was never ending. I squashed them left and right, but one of them bit me. Very quickly, my vision began to get fuzzy. Are these guys venomous? Before another moment, I passed out. On days 54 to 56, I was in some kind of dream. I was in a strange void. There, in front of me, was my dad. Dad? Where am I?
Bronzo, you're dreaming. You cannot lose this upcoming battle at any cost. The things Fang plans to do to this realm are unfathomable.
How do I win? He's always stronger than me.
You have something he doesn't. My blessing. Protect this realm and honor my death.
Suddenly, the area burst into flames. I ran towards my dad, but the fire consumed him.
Win at any cost, son.
Just then, he vanished. I suddenly woke up. I had 5 more hearts and a new power. Something had woken up inside of me. I quickly got back on track and slayed the remainder of the bugs and continued forwards. I made it to the treasure room where I claimed plenty of armor and weapons for my allies. This was it. Fang is going to pay for his crimes. On days 57 to 59, I arrived at the location that the fallen captain told me about. My army was waiting for me there, and I handed them all the weapons and gear I had retrieved. Let's avenge my father! Abruptly, Fang's men began to walk forward. They were a mix of the same men from before, as well as the robotic insects I had faced. Charge! The two armies met each other with incredible force. The robots shot explosives and lasers that ate through my army's defenses, knocking back soldiers in order to gain ground. My army retaliated with no mercy. The golems punched with their iron and copper fists, crushing the robots' metal hides. The sloths and ferrets trained by Wu were intense warriors, leaping forward fearlessly and clawing at any weakness they could target. I also was in the fray, using my katana, martial arts abilities, and flamethrower. It seemed we were just about neck and neck, until out of the blue, more of the massive mechs were deployed onto the midst of the battle. What is that? He must have made more!
Eliminate must eliminate.
The mechs began to rain fire down on the army, causing us devastating losses. Its strength was almost incomprehensible as it stomped and wreaked havoc. It was able to defeat large numbers in mere moments, and my army was starting to lose. As I was battling the mechs, none other than Fang dropped down in the distance. I let my army handle the mechs, and I approached Fang.
Time to end this.
On days 60 to 62, my army was being overwhelmed by Fang's modernized forces. Meanwhile, I was standing face to face with my brother. Without any hesitation, Fang lunged towards me. As soon as he moved, I began slashing at him, but Fang was prepared. His fiery attacks set my body ablaze, making it hard to see and even more difficult to defend myself. He never let up even once, and I knew he would stop at nothing to defeat me. I would have to be just as determined if I wanted to beat him, but Fang's attacks were ruthless, and as the fight continued, I was beginning to realize that I didn't stand a chance against him. Fang backed me up to the edge of a cliff. No, my men will support me.
What men?
As he spoke, I realized Fang's men had captured my army in a large cage. Fang took a menacing step closer to me.
You have nothing left. Long live the War King.
No! Without another word, Fang knocked me off the edge of the cliff and sent me plummeting towards the ground below. On days 63 to 66, I was falling towards my doom when suddenly a bunch of water appeared under me, breaking my fall. What?
Men, after him!
Fang's goons jumped off the cliff and swam at me. Come on then, bring it on! Suddenly, a massive turtle came out of the water.
Come with me.
I followed the turtle as the evil forces tailed behind the two of us. To my surprise, the turtle blasted them with a powerful magic, buying us more time.
Come on, let's keep going.
Eventually, we both escaped to an island. Who are you?
I am an old nature spirit, and I need your help to overpower Fang's machines. If you don't, it will mean disaster for the world as we know it.
But how do I do that? They're too strong.
Find the 3 essence of nature and return them to me.
Suddenly, the goons from before returned.
Go, I'll hold them off.
I left quickly, while the turtle held them off. On days 67 to 70, I arrived on another island to find an enormous factory sitting on it. I investigated further. After sneaking into the building and looking around, I found sea creatures being held captive in tanks. They were being used to power machinery. This has to be the work of Fang. There was no way they weren't suffering. In no world would I leave these creatures to die. I quickly ran in to try and save them. Before I could get too far, I got spotted by a robot guard. That's not good. Despite its small size, the robot guard packed a nasty punch. It shot multiple lasers at me out of cannons on its body, and lasers blasting through the sky and cutting through anything in its way. When it wasn't shooting lasers at me, it used its mechanical legs to scurry close to me to attack. It took some effort, but I managed to fight off the robot guard and make my way over to the tanks. I smashed open the enclosure, freeing the sea creatures.
Run!
Huh? Suddenly, I heard beeping from all around. I looked for the source of the sound, and then I realized, uh-oh, this place is gonna self-destruct. Everyone out! I tried to run away, but I was too slow and got caught in the explosion. The last thing I saw was the smoke before I suddenly blacked out. On days 71 to 74, I woke up underwater and saw a faint glow in front of me. What's that? I swam towards it to find the first nature essence, the essence of the sea. Just as I was about to grab it, a sea monster attacked me.
You're not getting your gritty claws on that, War Tiger!
No, I'm a good guy.
Liar!
Without another beat, the sea monster swam towards me. They were quick under the water, and his jaws were powerful. He would bite at me, then swim away, before circling back to another attack. His massive size meant he could push me around as well, causing me to struggle to hit him. He definitely had the advantage here. Under the water, I couldn't hold my breath forever. I was gonna drown this time for good.
Leave him alone!
Just then, my new aquatic allies came to my aid. They bought me time to grab the essence, granting me water breathing.
The next essence is on land! Hurry!
Thanks for everything. Welcome to the team. With that, I swam away. On days 75 to 77, I arrived back to the shore, where I found the next factory. Instead of barging in like the last time, I decided to try and sneak my way over as quickly as possible and listen for intel. I was careful and eventually got close enough to be able to hear two guards talking to each other.
Did you make sure to lock down the land essence? Sure did. With its power, we can use our machines with ease. I bet you Fang will be pleased. Excellent. We'll assemble so many robot insects that his little brother won't even know what hit him.
That sounds bad. I need to shut this place down and claim that essence for myself. Suddenly, one of the guards looked over.
Who goes there?
Uh-oh! I tried to run, but I was immediately stopped by a swarm of robot insects. They shot projectiles of all shapes and sizes up at me and only paused to reload before continuing their assault. These robot insects were small, but when they worked together like this, they were powerful. Although I was definitely strong enough to defeat them now, more and more insects kept pouring out of the manufacturing line. I had no choice but to run deeper into the facility to try and flee the insects. On days 78 to 80, I arrived at the main control room. As soon as I set foot in there, I was getting attacked by robot insects. Before me, I could see land creatures trapped in cages. They must have been harnessing the power of the land essence to turn these innocent creatures into robot insects. I knew I had to do something. This ends now. I dashed towards the control panel, but the robot insects blocked my path. I knew I couldn't take on all the robot insects on my own. I would have to try a different strategy in order to win. I ran towards the cages, doing my best to free as many land creatures as possible before the robot insects could overtake me. Attack! Just as I had hoped, the newly freed land creatures fought off the robot insects while I went for the panel. Now's my chance! I shut off the control panels one by one, and the robot insects began to die. Finally, I was able to claim the land essence and felt myself growing stronger.
Thank you, War Tiger. We will fight by your side.
Awesome! You will make my army even greater. My celebration didn't last long, as out of nowhere, I was hit by some sort of strange projectile. Before I knew it, I was floating up in the air. On days 81 to 82, I was floating higher and higher into the sky. I knew a drop from this height would kill me. What's going on? The levitation effect wore off, and I started to fall down. Luckily, I landed on a soft cloud. I was now in the sky. Who brought me here? Suddenly, the sky drew dark, and a sky serpent appeared before me.
You will not claim the final essence.
The serpent flew full force at me, sending spiraling stars in my direction. The moment they hit me, I was blinded. I knew I couldn't reach them with my normal attacks, so I started shooting flamethrowers wildly, hoping to hit it, despite not seeing them. This was far from a fair fight. The beast was born in the sky, and it had me cornered on a cloud, hundreds of feet up in the sky. I was out of my element, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me. As it gained confidence and drew closer to me, I took the opportunity to draw my katana and start slashing. They were tough, but I managed to win. But to my surprise, I got knocked off the cloud in the process. I plummeted towards my doom, hoping to be saved once more. On days 83 to 84, I was still falling to my demise, when suddenly a sky creature swooped in and placed water on the ground before I would die from fall damage. Oh, thank you. Who are you?
I am a sky spirit. I've been watching your journey, and you have proven you are not like your evil brother. The creatures of the sky will happily serve your cause.
Thank you, but everything is hopeless if I can't find the final essence.
Are you sure about that?
They handed me the third and final essence, the essence of the sky. Just like that, I got the no fall damage buff. I got all three. Thank you. Time to return to the ancient turtle. I headed back to where the turtle was and presented him with all of the essences.
You have tapped into nature and saved its creatures, but you have one final test before I can give you your prize. Defeat me in a duel.
I won't hold back. We both charged in without a moment to prepare. On days 85 to 86, I was facing off with the ancient turtle in a duel to complete my final test. The ancient turtle was slow, but his attacks were strong. He summoned the water around him to strike at me, shooting forceful blasts of water directly at me, making it hard to see. Throughout the fight, he called for the aid of small, spiny sea urchins to help him fight. He even created a tsunami with waves large enough to completely knock me over. Just as I expected, the ancient turtle was a powerful opponent, but I wasn't going to give up. I pushed myself just enough to strike him down, winning the duel.
Excellent work, War Tiger. You are worthy of this artifact.
The ancient turtle handed me the great artifact of nature. Wow, thank you. As soon as I touched the artifact, I felt my own powers growing, and I gained 5 hearts. Not only was I more powerful, but my forces had grown over the course of my journey, as I freed various creatures and recruited them to my cause. Now that I've gotten stronger, I need to save my captive forces from the claws of Fang.
Take this.
The ancient turtle handed me a map to a high-tech prison. It must have been where my forces were being held.
This jailbreak won't be easy, but with your strength, you can overcome it.
Thanks! It's time to get my men back. On days 87 to 88, I followed the map and found myself at a sprawling prison. I knew my forces were being held captive, somewhere inside of those massive walls. If I want to get in there, I'll have to use everything I have. I was quickly met with my first obstacle, a giant moat. I'm not gonna let a little bit of water stop me. I dove in, and before I knew it, I was being swarmed by a pack of piranhas. I knew what I would have to do to get past them. Men, attack! At my command, my aquatic allies swam in, fighting off the piranhas. While my allies were keeping busy with the sharp-toothed fish, I swam forward and was able to make it to the other side with no problem. Carefully, I walked inside of the prison and spotted a guard headed my way. Just before he could notice me, I ducked into cover, narrowly avoiding the guard. I'll have to be careful. One look at me will send this entire facility into high alert. On days 89 to 90, I was sneaking through the facility in search of my captive allies. I had a few close calls, but I stumbled upon an important-looking entrance where 2 guards were talking.
Did you lock up Bronzo's allies inside?
Yes, they won't be in there much longer though. I heard that the boss is planning to finally execute them in the next few days.
It's about time. I'm tired of watching over this door.
Execute? I have to find them before that happens. Suddenly, another guard spotted me from behind.
Intruder!
Naturally, I was attacked as they tried to capture me. I didn't have time for the guards. I had to get back to my friends before it was too late. Just then, my land allies arrived.
Go ahead! We got this!
Thanks, guys! They started attacking all of Fang's goons, giving me time to escape. So I ran deeper into the facility, in search of my imprisoned friends. On days 91 to 92, I arrived inside of a large room and found my allies contained inside a massive cage. Don't worry, I'm coming.
No, wait!
I confidently stepped forward to save them, but it was a trap. As soon as I did, the cage vanished in a puff of magic, and an Ender warrior appeared right in front of me.
You walked right into my hands.
Where did you teleport my allies?
Somewhere you'll never find them.
Suddenly, the Ender warrior charged towards me. The creature slammed its weapons into the ground, and sparks of bright purple energy erupted from them. Each time it slashed downwards, it sent the same energy whirling towards me. With two blades in hand, it circled around me, taking every opportunity to strike. I was so close to saving my allies. I knew I couldn't lose them now. I summoned up all the strength I had and defeated the Ender warrior. Upon his death, I noticed he left something behind, and I quickly picked it up. Looks like a map to another base, and a potion of levitation. I didn't have time to look at the map for too long, as I suddenly heard footsteps approaching. I had no choice but to flee the prison, and I managed to escape just in time. On days 93 to 94, I arrived at the location on the map and found a massive airship in the sky. They must be on that ship, but how do I get aboard? Just then, I remembered I had a potion of levitation. I used it and felt myself start to float upwards. As I flew, I got attacked by a wind caller. Where did you come from? The wind callers swarmed me mid-air, attacking me from all sides. Their attacks cut the air with such force that they bit at my tough hide. On top of that, their stacked numbers made it hard to maneuver. Every time I fought a few off, more seemed to take their place. But the clock was ticking, and I had no better option than to power through every one of them before I fell. After a lot of fighting, I defeated them just in time, and I landed on the airship just as my potion wore off. There, on the airship, I found my allies, still locked up in their cage, but looking relieved to see me.
You came back for us!
Of course! A general is nothing without his army. If we're gonna win this war, I need your help.
Very touchy, but I'm gonna have to break up your little reunion.
I turned around and found a guard standing right behind me. Before I could say anything, they landed a heavy blow on me, and I blacked out. On days 95 to 96, I found myself back in the dream realm with my dad. Father, I failed the last battle. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, son. You're closer now than ever to unlocking the true strength of a war tiger.
What do you mean?
You know the worth of your army and nature itself. This is something your brother will never understand.
How does that help me on my journey?
I will show you.
He presented an endless pearl to me. I was bathed in mystic light.
Grab this artifact and embrace your power. You are a mighty war tiger.
I grabbed the endless pearl, and I felt stronger than ever. I could feel that I was now resistant to fire. Thanks, Dad. I won't let you down. On days 97 to 98, I woke up to find myself trapped in a cage. I quickly realized my allies and I were about to be executed by Fang's guards. But just then, I remembered the item from my dream and noticed it was in my inventory. I smashed open the cage and charged towards the guards. Having fought the guards before, I was getting better at predicting their attacks, and the robot guards' lasers or the tiger's claws didn't surprise me anymore. They swarmed around me, determined to put me back in my cage and execute me and my friends, but I wasn't gonna let them.
Why don't you give up?
Because I've got the power of war burning inside of me. Fighting these guards was tough, but with my newly awoken power, I just knew I could beat him. I used everything I could and finally struck him down. Triumphantly, I freed all of my allies.
Thank you again for saving us. We're ready to help you fight.
As they spoke, I noticed the guard had dropped a map, and I quickly picked it up. The title read, Master Factory. This must be Fang's whereabouts. It's time to end this. With that declaration, I gathered up my forces so we could head towards our final battle. On day 99, we arrived at the location on the map and found a massive factory waiting for us. There, Fang and his forces were prepared to level the world with their tech. Surrender or face our wrath.
I see my guards have failed to dispose of you as I requested. It doesn't matter. You're no match for my army.
I'm not the same little cub you remember. You're in for a beatdown.
Men, charge!
We can win this! With a loud shout, our forces charged at each other. It was an all-out war between all of the people I had recruited and Fang's army. The battlefield was in complete chaos. Both sides of the war fought with everything they had, and the air was filled with lasers and bursts of energy. The sheer number of my army, thanks to my newfound allies, was enough to fill me with hope that we might actually win this. The battle was neck and neck. We were actually putting up a good fight against the technology and the evil tigers.
How is this possible? They're supposed to crush you!
Quickly, Fang fled back into the factory. Oh no, you don't! I followed him inside, while my allies continued to take on Fang's forces. On day 100, I found myself finally confronting my brother inside of the factory. It's over, Fang. Stop this madness.
Never! I've always been the stronger brother. You're supposed to listen to me.
I wouldn't listen to a monster like you.
We're both war tigers. Aren't we both supposed to be monsters?
You never understood the value of life, and that's what separates you from me. With his eyes full of rage, Fang lunged towards me. Within an instant, the battlefield was ablaze as Fang and I used our most powerful abilities against one another. When I attacked him with fiery punches, he shot back with beams of purple energy, and he used the shadowy power to pull me close to him and strike at me, but I was able to use my strength to get away and continue the fight. Our powers seemed evenly matched, but I couldn't let that stop me. I knew I could overpower him somehow. I could tell Fang's anger was getting the best of him, and I could use that to my advantage. I kept a level head and reminded myself of everything that was at stake. I focused all of my energy on Fang and was finally able to strike him down once and for all. Just then, my vision grew blurry as the world itself seemed to change around me. Everything was much larger. Or was I now smaller? Soon I drifted off into my next cuddly form. On day 1, I spawned in a jungle village as a little kitty cat. Oh, I'm a kitty. I'm a little kitty cat. I only have 3 hearts while I'm still young, so I have to be pretty careful. As a cat, though, I can sprint super fast. Look at me go!
Run, Bronzo, run!
Wait, who are you?
I'm your owner. You and all 7 of your siblings, like Goldo and Silvero here, and Kubo's somewhere being mischievous.
Owner? I can't be tamed. I sprinted away from this strange villager who thinks I'm his pet. If anything, he should be my pet. Later that day, I felt a rumbly in my tumbly.
You must be hungry. You should go fishing for salmon.
Well, as a cat, I don't like water, so I got the fish the old-fashioned way. My so-called owner gave me some sticks and a string to make a fishing rod, and I was able to catch a few fish in the pond. Yeah! At the end of the day, I was pretty tired, so I cuddled up next to my owner in the bed and slept for the night. On day 2, I woke up and gave my owner a present. Some string! Here you go. Something to play with while I'm gone today. Bye! When I went outside, I saw a creeper! Ew! What's a creeper doing here? Get out of here! I hate creepers! And stay out! After that, I decided to explore. So I went into the jungle and started scratching at some trees to get wood and make wooden tools like an axe and a pickaxe. While I was out, I ran into the coolest cat I had ever seen. Oh my gosh, that cat's so big and strong looking. Hey lady, can you train me?
You? You're but a kitten. You're too little and naive to learn the ways of the jungle. Go back to your village, runt.
Ooh, that really stings. But okay. By that time, it was night, and I arrived back to the village to see a surprise. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Look at all those phantoms. Who's not sleeping? Is it you? I'll take care of them. I'm not as weak as that tiger said I was. There was a bunch of zombies in the village too, so I killed them all and scared off the phantoms. Run away, phantom, run away. And it felt good to prove the tiger wrong. I went to bed feeling like I could take on the jungle after all. On day 3, I woke up to a huge explosion. There was a mutant creeper wreaking havoc in my village. What the heck? The mutant creeper is destroying everything, killing all the villagers, animals, and other cats. Kubo, no! It was time for me to step up and defend my home. I knew I could do it because creepers are scared of cats.
You think I am so simple to be scared of you?
The mutant creeper made an explosion right in front of me, throwing me back into the jungle. Oh my gosh, ow, that hurt. Oh, look how many hearts I have. Now, I was mad, and I needed to prepare for battle, so I mined up some stone and made stone tools and a stone sword. Now, I am ready, but I need to heal. When I ate some salmon, I grew stronger as well. Only 2 more hearts? I ran back to my village, ready to fight, but everything was gone. All that remained was my owner, and some of his house.
Bronzo? You survived!
Yeah, no thanks to you. I swore then and there that I would take revenge on that mutant creeper for destroying my home and killing my family. I'm going to get stronger, and I know who can help me achieve my goals. That tiger from earlier. On days 4 through 5, I left the village and got to business, building a base of my own in the jungle. I built it high up in the trees, since I can climb trees as a cat, and the mutant creeper definitely couldn't get to it. At one point, I fell out of the tree. Oh my gosh, no! Oh, I'm still alive. I didn't take any fall damage at all. I guess cats really do land on their feet. I went mining for materials in a nearby cave, finding iron to make some armor and better tools. While I was out, I kept an eye out for the tiger, but she was nowhere in sight. I guess she's off hunting some deer or something. I returned to my base and made a lot of furnaces, and I smelted my iron ore to make an axe, sword, and pickaxe. On day 6 through 9, I decided to bring some animals up to the base, so I explored the jungle until I found some sheep and chickens. Ooh, chickens. I'd kill you, but I don't have time. Come on, sheep, let's go back to the treehouse. I led the sheep back to my base and sheared them for the wool to make a cat bed. I also built a scratching post. Then I went out again to try to find the tiger. I hear growling. That must be her. No, those are wolves. They attacked me, and I fought them off and managed to defeat them. Yeah, who's not tough enough for the jungle now? Suddenly, the tiger jumped out from the bushes. She said she'd been watching me.
I'm impressed with your progress, Runt. You show promise.
My name's Bronzo.
I'll train you, Bronzo. But first, you must grow stronger.
The tiger told me about some pyramids to the east that should offer a good challenge, so I left to find it. It was too far to reach in one day, so when night came, I had to fight some spiders. At least I got some string out of this. I love string. I got hungry, so I fished in a pond and caught some cod and a few salmon. This hits the spot. I bet cooked fish would not be this delicious. I wasn't sure I was headed the right way, so when I ran into some ocelots, I asked them for directions. Thank you. Well, if it's adventure you want, you can hang out with me. You got a name? No problem. I'll call you Simba. My new friend Simba and I found the pyramids pretty quickly, but we decided to get some rest and tackle it in the morning. On day 10, I had a dream that I was visited by the mutant creeper.
You think you can defeat me? Foolish little kitty. Nothing can defeat me. I am chaos.
It explained that he will destroy every village one by one, then blow up the world. I woke up for days 11 through 13, nervous about what the creeper told me, but I had to focus. If I want to defeat him, I have to take it one step at a time, starting with this pyramid. Before going into the pyramid, Simba and I battled husks that were lurking outside. Simba even used cactuses that were growing around the pyramid to hurt the husks. It was time to enter the pyramid, and inside was a giant husk boss. Don't tell me what to do. We fought, and the husk boss was crazy powerful. I couldn't even get inside to hit him. He just threw me back. Then I had a crazy idea. I could mine out the top of the pyramid and dump the pool of lava on him. Burn, you husk! Wow, it really worked! I looted the pyramid, finding all kinds of treasure, like diamond horse armor, saddles, and gunpowder. I even found bouncy boots that gave me a jumping boost. Wow, look how high I can jump! I wanted to become stronger, but I needed a team, so I started traveling to all kinds of biomes and villages, inviting all cats to stay with me at my base. Now with all these cats here, I needed to expand the base, so I made different little houses for my new friends. As I was working on the base, the tiger came back to speak with me.
You have done well, little kitten. You have completed all the tasks I have given you, and you're ready for your next adventure in your training. But first, get some rest.
My master was right. I felt stronger and anxious for what I must do next, but I was tired. So I went up to the top of my base, laid down in my cat bed, and slept for the night. For days 14 to 16, I went to go get my next challenge from the tiger.
You must tame a villager.
A villager? How do I do that?
That is for you to discover.
So I set off to find a stupid villager and tame it. But on the way, I was ambushed. The creepers weren't scared of me. This must have something to do with the mutant creeper. But I was also able to kill them all, one way or another. I hope their deaths send a message to their boss, not to mess with me. After all that, and a bit of wandering, I finally found a village. Now to trick them into being tamed. This shouldn't be too hard. They are dumb villagers after all. Just be cute and they will fall for it. Yeah, this will totally work. I tried taming them the same way humans tame cats, by crouching and waiting for them to approach me. And to my surprise, it worked. I was approached by a villager.
Well, aren't you just the cutest little thing? I promise, if anything bad happens to you, I will protect you with my life.
I'm gonna name you Jerry.
My name's actually...
On days 17 to 20, I brought my human to the base and showed the tiger.
I'm impressed with how fast you were able to tame this villager.
My tiger master told me that now my real training begins. Jerry, I chew with your mouth closed. I had to hunt songbirds, which I felt was pointless since cats don't even eat birds in Minecraft. I had to survive the snake pit. Snakes? Why does it always have to be snakes? There were so many, but I killed them all. And my last task of the day was to resist drinking a bucket of milk, which was pretty easy, since cats shouldn't drink cow milk. Don't feed your cats milk, kids. On days 21 through 23, I wanted to use my time away from the tiger to upgrade my armor. So Simba and I are off to the caves to look for diamonds. While we were in the mines, we found plenty of materials, but no diamonds yet. All of a sudden, Jerry randomly teleported to me and then fell down the ravine. What the heck? Are you hurt?
How did I get here?
I jumped down the ravine effortlessly, since I'm a cat, so that I could help him heal. But I'm glad he didn't die. Oh no, you can never leave my side until I make you a home.
Sounds like Minecraft logic to me.
I get to work on making him a villager living area in my treehouse. I connect his place to my top level. I make Jerry's area complete with a cauldron for a toilet, a regular bed, and even a farming area. So if he ever gets hungry, he can farm up some grub.
Thank you for the home, master. Here, I made you this cookie out of cocoa pods as a gift for your kindness.
Silly human. He should know cats shouldn't eat chocolate. So naive. But I took the cookie to make him feel happy. Thank you, but stay here and stop teleporting to me. Please.
Sir, yes, sir.
I also wanted to make a giant cat statue near the base, so that if any cats walked by, they will know the area is safe here. I started by clearing off some of the jungle bushes, trees, and bamboo, and used the wool I got to make the legs of the cat. On days 24 through 28, Simba and I were starting to get concerned about the tiger not being back by now, so we went out looking for her. But all of a sudden, Simba got attacked by an eagle. The eagle grabbed Simba and flew him away. I had to do what cats are best at, catching birds. So I chased it, and when it was distracted, I was able to slay the bald eagle. Simba, are you okay? I gave Simba some fish, but before he could eat the meal, a chicken showed up and grabbed Simba. I don't even know how, but it ran away. What was that? How did you do that? The chicken ran off, so I had to chase it to save Simba. But I was too late. I got hungry and I couldn't run fast enough, and I lost track of it. I promise I will find you, Simba, and bring you back home. For days 29 through 33, I searched high and low for Simba, asking anyone I ran into if they had seen a chicken holding an ocelot. After a lot of searching, I ran into some more creepers. Die, creeper! And a few of them were even charged up. I was forced to fight them. Oh yeah? Watch me. I was able to defeat them, and a bit disappointed that the mutant creeper hasn't sent stronger foes for me to fight. I don't think he knows who he's messing with. As I continued my search, I heard some commotion coming from a field nearby, so I ran right to it, hoping it was Simba. It wasn't. It was a lethal chicken, killing other chickens. I was shocked. My curiosity got the best of me, and I had to ask what it was doing. Hey man, what's your deal? Killing your own kind?
I was raised in a GMO farm, always envious of free-range chickens. So when I got out, I swore to destroy all the privileged chickens.
Weird flex, but okay. Anyway, have you seen a chicken holding an ocelot?
I have actually. It went towards the GMO farm.
The lethal chicken showed me the way to his farm. For days 34 through 37, we made it to the GMO farm. I could see all these caged chickens inside, along with foxes, cats, and ocelots. One of them had to be Simba. He's gotta be in there. Let's go!
Not so fast.
The lethal chicken had something to tell me.
I have to tell you about the people who run this place. They keep chickens cooped up with creatures all around them that want to eat them because they think it makes their meat taste better. They even burn chickens alive to get cooked meat.
That's not right. No one should be treated like that. I'm going to free all the chickens and animals in here.
And how do you plan on doing that?
The plan was simple. It started as a stealth mission, and we both just had to break all the cages without getting caught. But to no one's surprise, we still got caught by some pesky humans.
Get 'em!
The humans started attacking me. I had to fight them. But while I was distracted, the lethal chicken started killing everything in there. Even the chickens, the ocelots, and the foxes.
They'll free you from your misery!
I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. And then Jerry teleported to me. What? I thought I told you to stay at the base.
Sorry, I got worried.
I was mad at Jerry, but he came at the right time. He was able to negotiate with the other villagers and stall them while I broke Simba free. I guess he wasn't useless after all. Here, have a cookie for helping save Simba. On days 38 to 40, we all returned home, but the tiger was still not back. I told my human to stay, while Simba and I continued searching for my master. After scouring the jungle, we finally found her, and she sounded like she was in trouble. She was being attacked by a feral wolf. As I joined in to fight, the wolf realized that we outnumbered it, so it gave up and fled. That was awesome! But who was that?
Many wolves have been encroaching on my territory, and I had to show it who the biggest predator is in the jungle.
I offered to help her with these wolves, and she tells me of a wolf den not far from here that she was planning on attacking, and that I am welcome to join her. Days 41 to 43, we found the wolf den. But who was there? But none other than the mutant creeper!
Bonzo, now's our chance to kill this freak.
The tiger and I tried fighting it, but we didn't stand a chance, and the mutant just started mocking us.
You really thought this pathetic excuse for a tiger could help you beat me? I'll destroy our jungle just like I destroyed this wolf's den.
The mutant creeper started to leave. Do we go after it?
No, I did not realize we were up against such a powerful enemy.
She then tells me to train in the jungle's dungeon area, while she finds out if the feral wolf left before the creeper attacked his den. I was pretty sure the mutant creeper would have killed it, leaving no survivors, but my master wanted to be sure. And with that, we went our separate ways. On days 44 through 49, I arrived to the jungle dungeon area, eager to learn and grow stronger. I fought all kinds of mobs and got amazing rewards, like diamond armor double jump boots. Now I could jump a second time in the air, kinda like Mario. Wahoo! I fought all kinds of skeletons and zombies, and checked every single chest I could find. There were small rewards and also great rewards. The fights sometimes were easy, usually against the zombies, but the skeletons had bows and arrows, so they were a little harder to avoid. After the dungeon, I noticed my weapons were a bit worn down, along with my armor. I needed to go mining for diamonds, so my tools could match my boots, as well as a whole new diamond armor set. Luckily, I found some and got crafting right away. Now I was all decked out with diamond everything. I was back at the base on days 50 through 53, and I continued to build the cat statue, finishing the body, head, and tail. Now it just needs some different colors. It's going to look so great when it's finished. After that, I continued my training with the tiger. But before we could get started, the feral wolf jumps out and deals a deadly blow to my master.
No!
The wolf had killed my master, and for the first time, I felt weak. But I had to fight and protect my base. It was a difficult fight. The wolf was an amazing fighter, and as I was on the verge of losing all my health and dying, the feral beast stopped the fight. I was too weak to fight. I let it leave, knowing it'll be back soon. But I was in grief from my master's death. I decided that I needed to give her a proper funeral. On days 54 to 58, I made a shrine for my tiger master. Only that I will finish what you started. I will make you proud. Everyone grieved for the tiger, even the foxes and the snow leopards. Even one of her old masters came to the funeral, a cat much like myself, and he had news for me.
I live with the witch and have access to potions. Here, take this.
The cat gave me a splash potion of poison 2 that would help me with my fight against the feral wolf.
Avenge our master's death.
I will. You can count on me. I thanked him for the gift, and I felt invigorated. I will take down that feral wolf. For days 59 through 62, I started my search for the feral wolf, who was not easy to find. I searched the tundra, the desert, I even looked in the ocean, but no luck. Finally, I searched a cave under the jungle, where I found him hiding in the shadows. Yes, I have, you ugly beast! I took a few swings at him, and he hit me pretty hard. Then I remembered the potion. I tossed it at him, but he wasn't dead yet. Come here. And die! And just like that, the wolf was gone from this world. But it had reminded me of my true mission, to slay the mutant creeper. I set off back home to prepare more for my final battle with the creeper. On days 63 through 66, I was heading back to the base when I saw a bunch of charged creepers. Simba came out of the jungle and found me, and we started fighting the creepers together. What are you doing here? Well, now that you're here, you can help, but leave one alive. We destroyed almost all of them, but Simba dug a hole to trap the last one, with a cactus inside the hole. Great work, Simba! I interrogated it, trying to find out where the mutant creeper's base is. You don't know what I'm capable of. It did have a point though. I still only have 5 hearts. I need a way to protect myself. I need to enchant my armor to make up for my small amount of hit points. I then collected some tradable items in my chests and set off to trade with the villagers. You be a good boy, Jerry, okay? On days 67 to 70, I made it to a village, ready to make trades. I traded crops from a farmer, strings with a fisherman, and leather with a fletcher. Now, I have emeralds. I found a librarian who sells enchanted books, but it wasn't a really good book and wouldn't help me with my armor. Magnet? That's not an armor enchantment. You're right. Thanks, mister. Before I left the village, I went up to a fisherman and begged for some fish. Because I'm a cat, which he gave me a lot of. This will save me a lot of fishing trips. I then made it back home and found Simba. We have a lot of grinding to do. On days 71 through 74, Simba and I left the base to find Endermen and collect Ender Pearls. They were pretty easy to find, but killing them was difficult. Plus, it's not often they drop pearls, so we were only able to collect some after fighting tons of them. Okay, now we have the pearls, we need blaze powder. Simba tells me that he made friends with the witch's cat while I was away, and they've been teaching him how to make potions, and they gave him blaze powder for some reason. Well, that saves us a lot of time. We crafted the Eyes of Ender and used them to try to track down a stronghold. After what seemed like forever, one of the eyes finally dropped down, leading us to a stronghold. We found it! It was getting late, so Simba and I made a little dugout to rest for the night. We were going to need it for what happens next. For days 75 to 78, Simba and I started digging down to the stronghold. We did it. Good job, Simba. Once we found it, there were creeper minions waiting for us inside. Not these guys. Let's do this. I couldn't let them destroy the enchanted books I was after, but they were pretty easy to kill, so they never even got close to the library. Good job, Simba. Simba and I make a great team killing these stupid little minion creepers.
Oh, good job, Simba.
After killing them all, we finally made it to the library. We gotta find books that can enchant my armor.
Where's a chest? Ooh, a chest.
We found a bunch of different types of enchanted books.
Blast protection 3, that's what I need. All right, any more chests in here? Multi-shot, that's pretty good. Blast protection 2, nice.
With the enchanted books we needed, we headed back home. Back at the base on days 79 through 84, I made an anvil and enchanted my diamond armor with blast protection and enchanted my bow too. This is exactly what I needed. Now, the mutant creepers' explosions won't hurt me as much. All right. Simba also suggested that I go see the witch and her cat in the south. She probably has some potions that'll help me protect my health too. That's a great idea. But first, I need to finish something. It was time I complete the cat statue. I started by collecting brown materials like mushrooms and concrete powder. Then it was time to place them down, making an enormous cat in the jungle. Now this truly is a cat sanctuary. On days 85 through 89, I made it to the witch's hut and asked the witch for help against the mutant creeper.
You have to prove yourself worthy of my potions. It would be a waste giving them to someone who has no hope of defeating the mutant creeper.
I took on her challenge and went through a series of tests, like parkouring through the forest, catching salmon by swimming, and I had to also catch a rabbit. Those things are super quick, but I did it, and I passed all of her challenges.
You have successfully finished all my challenges. I am impressed.
She gave me rewards, some potions to help me with my battle against the mutant creeper, like Regeneration 2 and a splash potion of harming. She also did a magic spell, and it turned me into a monster cat. Whoa, look how awesome I look. I have 6 more hearts. I thanked her for all she has given me and headed back home. I was on my way back home for days 90 through 93 when I passed by some more creeper minions, and the creepers started rushing towards me. We fought, but I kicked their creeper butts. How uncivilized. I even killed all the charged creepers that were on their way to my base. But then, Jerry teleported to me. Jerry, what are you doing here? Not again!
Sorry, I was getting lonely.
One of the creepers grabbed Jerry and started running away with him. But before I could chase it, more creepers came up to me, ready to explode. No! Jerry, ow! I lost Jerry. Now things just got personal. On days 94 to 96, I made it back to the base and told Simba that Jerry was taken by the creepers. We need to get him back. Simba stopped me from running off immediately to save Jerry, telling me we need to make some preparations. Simba showed me some of the potions he made. He made a splash potion of slowness and potion of invisibility. This'll come in handy. Great job, Simba. As a reward for Simba's hard work, I crafted him some new iron armor and a bow. Here you go, bud. Now we both have ranged weapons, so we don't have to get close to the mutant creeper. And with that, we set off in the dead of night, not wasting any time. We looked everywhere for any hint as to where Jerry was taken. We ran into some mobs and tested our new weapons on them.
Is that a chicken? Die!
Die! The bows worked really well, but I still couldn't resist sinking my claws into my enemies. Great job, Simba. Let's keep moving. We gotta find the mutant creeper's base. On days 97 through 98, Simba and I found a village that has been destroyed by the mutant creeper, so we must be close. We talked to a local to see if they know which way the mutant went.
They went towards the mountains, but you don't want to go there.
I thanked the villager for their help, and we went on our way through the mountains. I have a feeling we're getting close. As we are scaling the mountains, we run into a creeper minion hiding in a structure. It looked scared. Hey, you okay? I know I'm a cat, but usually you creepers attack me anyway. It turns out the lone creeper wants to help us. How do I know this isn't a trick? They explain that they want the mutant creeper dead too, and I look strong enough to take him on, but I'll need immunity to explosions. They tell me that this dormant creeper spore is in the ice spikes to the north, and close by, I'll find the mutant creeper's base. Your help is appreciated. Me too, buddy. Simba and I headed north to find the ice spikes. For days 99, we reached the ice spikes. That must be where the spore is. The whole place was covered in icy creepers, more powerful and deadly than a charged creeper. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay. They are crazy. We were able to defeat them all and enter the structure to find the dormant creeper spore and equip it. I feel stronger already. We stepped back outside where there was more icy creepers. I used this opportunity as a test and I let the creeper explode right in front of me. And when it did, I took no damage. Whoa, look, it did nothing to me. I was ready. We just had to find the mutant creeper's base. Finally, on day 100, we found the base. Not until everyone likes this video, subscribes to the channel if you haven't already, and comment what creature you want to see me do a 100 days challenge on next. Yes, let's go. We went inside, and there was the mutant creeper.
Look who's come to beg for mercy.
No, I'm here to kill you and save the world.
I will not be stopped by a puny little cat.
Yes, you will! Take this, you mutant freak! Simba and I fought long and hard, and the mutant creeper's high jump and explosions were no joke. This menace had to be stopped. I used my potion of regeneration anytime my health went low.
You are just prolonging the inevitable. You will die, cat.
But all of a sudden, he was supercharged.
I have unlocked my ultimate form.
He's gone Super Saiyan! Even his minions were supercharged. We were in trouble now. But thanks to my invisibility potion, he couldn't see me, and I got some arrow shots on him.
Where'd you go? Here, kitty.
You're done for! After a long battle and a lot of explosions, we finally defeated him! He died! My adventure reminded me of the time my friend Maxcraft had survived as a lion. My memory drifted away as I reminisced on his epic journey.
Day 1, I spawned into a savanna biome as a lion cub. One day, I'm gonna be king. Just then, a sinister-looking saber-tooth emerged and told me that,
as of today, I, Slash, am the new king of the Pride Lands. I decree that in 100 days I will release my hyena army to feast on all the animals of the kingdom.
But what happened to the old king? I can't remember anything. On day 2, I was alone and confused. I didn't know what to do until suddenly a hyena scampered up to me.
Ooh, if it isn't a little kitten.
I'm not a kitten. I'm a lion.
Really? All I see is dinner.
The mutt lunged at me with their powerful jaws, and I had to defend myself. The two of us fought back and forth, but as a lion cub, I only had 5 hearts. I needed to be careful. I was able to put up a fight, but they were too powerful to beat. I fought until I couldn't anymore and fled with my life.
Scamper off, little kitty.
After my narrow escape, I took shelter under one of the trees, but I felt chilled to the bone. How am I supposed to become king like this? Everything is trying to eat me. On day 3, I fell asleep and found myself in a strange new realm. Where am I? Suddenly, I was visited by a strange lion.
You are in the dream realm. I am here to remind you of your past. Please pay attention. These memories are vital for your survival. It was a bright early morning, and the sun rose over the savanna landscape. Animals from all around the Pride Lands redirected their gaze towards something extraordinary. It was our home, also known as Pride Rock.
That's a lot of people.
It is okay, my son. Our people simply wish to meet you.
It is my honor to present the new prince of the Pride Lands.
All this fanfare for a cub. I should have stayed home today.
Wait, I'm a prince? And you're my dad?
Yes, my boy.
But what happened? Where are you? And why is Slash the king?
I will return more of your memories once you learn the 5 qualities of being a good king. Good luck, Max.
Without another word, I woke up under the tree from the day before. Why is my dad visiting me in my dreams? Where is he? I have to learn how to be a good king so I can find out more. On days 4 through 7, I knew I needed some tools if I was gonna survive long enough to become a king. I began by punching down some nearby trees, gathering the wood, and making a crafting bench to assemble a wooden pickaxe. Time to grab some stone. I quickly mined some nearby stone to then use for crafting stone tools. After a bit of traveling, I reached a jungle biome room and decided to make it my new home. This looks like a perfect spot to live. I quickly made a little makeshift shelter to keep myself safe from those dangerous hyenas. This'll have to do for now, but all of that work sure did make me hungry. Time to hunt. I then searched for some prey I could potentially gobble up. It wasn't long until I found a herd of sheep. Perfect. With my lion instincts, I leaped forward and attacked the sheep. I am a lion! Hear me roar! I managed to snag lots of meat in the process and also a few pieces of wool as well. With a hungry belly, I used any extra cobblestone I had to make a furnace to cook up my meat. While it heated up, I used the wool I gathered to make myself a bed. Looks comfy. No time to sleep though. It's dinner time. I scarfed out my food and instantly transformed into an adult lion. With that, I gained 10 hearts. Whoa! Nice! I'm looking more and more like a king each day. Roar! Feeling a bit exhausted, I knew I wanted to take a little cat nap.
I'm sleepy.
Just as I was about to climb in bed, a little monkey ran up to me.
Hey, big guy.
Huh? What?
I need your help. My friend was taken by hyenas.
Oh no! Say no more! Lead the way! On days 8 through 11, I followed the little monkey to an area where hyenas had a hog trapped in a cage.
We're eating good tonight, boys.
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
Oh, you're that cub from the other day. Looks like the kitten has gotten some claws. Sick 'em, boys!
Without hesitation, they rushed to me, full speed ahead. Using my sharp claws, I knocked them away. They started chasing Simone, but I had my own problems to deal with before I could help them out. They had numbers, but with my new size, I was able to overpower them. I'm not the same little cub I used to be. After I finished off the two that were attacking me, I went to Simone's aid and defeated the remaining hyenas.
Boomby, you're okay.
I missed you. Thank you for saving me, mister.
I'm Max.
Ah, Max. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Boomby, and that's Simon.
It's pronounced Simone. Anyways, ever since Slash became king, those hyenas have been off the rails.
I'm looking to take him down. Do you want to team up?
Sure, we'd love to.
On days 12 through 15, I returned to my base to make Boomby and Simone their own rooms. I started by chopping down the jungle tree behind my house to make some room. Now I can really start expanding the place. After that, I started building out the rooms with the wood I had cut, designing them to match the rest of the base.
This looks great. Thank you, Max.
No worries. Anything for a fellow animal friend.
So what do you plan to do to stop Slash?
Slash? Oh, well, first I need to learn the 5 things that make me a good king.
A good king helps his people, so get helping.
Huh, that sounds like a good start. I left in a hurry in search of people I could assist. During my travels, I found a little ocelot stuck in a tall tree. Don't worry, I'm coming to get you. With my quick thinking, I used my materials and built up a stairway that wrapped around the tree. Let's get you down, little guy. After that, in the dead of night, I spotted a pig being attacked by a group of zombies. Not on my watch! I fought them all off using my sharp claws and ferocious roar. After a bit of fighting, I managed to clear the area of all hostile mobs. Next, I found a little old lady howler monkey that needed help crossing the Savannah River. I built a quick bridge to help her cross with ease.
Thank you kindly, Young One.
Finally having a moment to rest, I reflected on my good deeds. I've been helping people all day, but I don't feel like a better king. Just then, a wild zebra came up to me.
Hey, I lost my most valuable treasure in a jungle pyramid. Can you help me find it?
Of course! I'm always willing to help. On days 16 through 18, I followed the zebra to an ancient jungle pyramid. How did you manage to lose it in there?
I was exploring, and I think I may have dropped it when I set off a trap.
Yikes! Well, I'll get to looking. I entered the pyramid and began to explore. While searching for the zebra's lost valuables, I made sure I was careful not to set off any traps. After a decent amount of walking, I reached the end of the temple empty-handed. Well, this looks like the end, but no treasure to be seen. Just then, I spotted something in the corner of my eye. Ooh, could that be it? Before I could reach it, a monster emerged and snagged it. The swamp thing charged at me and started spawning little swamplings that jumped really high and swarmed over me. I used my roar attack to try to hit them all and swung at the main guy with my sword, hoping to take him out first. I fought and fought until I managed to take out the swamp thing, and all of the swamplings died with him. Sweet! That makes things easier. Once the monster was slain, it dropped the zebra's lost treasure. Whoa, this looks like a very expensive and durable pickaxe. I could definitely use this for my travels ahead. I then returned to the surface to talk to the zebra.
Hey, you made it. Did you find my stuff?
Nope. Sorry.
Really? Oh man. Well, thanks for trying.
The zebra began to walk away sad, but I soon remembered what my dad told me about being a good king. I have to do the right thing. Hey, wait! I did find it. Sorry, here you go.
Oh my gosh! You had me there for a second. Thank you. Your honesty reminds me of our lost king. Farewell.
Once the zebra had left, I suddenly gained 3 hearts and a sandstone pickaxe. Whoa, this must have been what my dad was talking about. I'm becoming a better king. On days 19 through 22, back home, I figured it was time to get some rest. When I fell into a deep sleep, I managed to re-enter the dream realm.
Max, you have learned how to be an honest prince, so I will now reveal to you more of your past. Look, Max, everything the light touches is our kingdom.
All of it?
All of it. One day, my son, it will be yours.
Mine? What do you mean?
Eventually, I will pass, and you will become king.
Whoa. What about that shadowy part over there?
That isn't our territory. Never go to that area, child.
But I'm gonna be king! Shouldn't I know about all the areas of the kingdom?
A king who still has to listen to their father.
Yes, sir.
That is the dominion of the hyenas, rivals of lions. They are very dangerous.
That place looks scary.
You might come face to face with something you fear, but a good king needs to be brave for his people.
I think my dad was trying to tell me something. If I want to learn more, I have to learn to be brave. On days 23 through 25, I was out exploring at night. I don't know what my dad was talking about. I'm already super brave. Look at me. It's nighttime and I'm walking around. I don't even care about all the spooky dudes that might be lurking. I kept walking until I reached a forest that I totally wasn't scared of at all, and I continued inside. On second thought, I don't know if I like it in this forest. I think maybe the vibe is off. What was that? Yeah, I really don't like this actually. I think I might... I'm out of here!
What was that guy's deal?
Well, I guess I'm still a scaredy cat after all. On days 26 through 29, I traveled back home to reunite with my new friends. Alright, here we are. Home sweet home. Kind of. It's not exactly in the best shape.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Huh? Hakuna what? What does that mean?
It means no worries.
Yeah, it might not look like we want right now, but with some hard work, we can make this base of yours into something great.
You're right. Let's turn this place into a tropical paradise. With that, we split and I got started by looking around to find any tropical supplies to spruce up the base. With our combined efforts, we managed to find some nicely themed items to add to our build. With the help of Simone and Boombi, we began transforming the base into a land of luxury, adding lots of bamboo, floral touches, and even a waterfall swimming pool. Now that looks like paradise.
It's almost there.
Yeah, we got more work to do with this. Give it some time, it'll be great.
Hakuna Matata?
Now you're getting it.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Now that my mind was more at ease and the base was looking better than ever, I remembered that I needed to discover more ways to be a brave king. On days 30 through 32, I set out on my journey to learn the ways of a brave king. My first thought was to go for a swim through a body of water, knowing it was a cat's worst enemy. This is pretty brave, right? After that, I tried eating some pretty gross looking bugs. Oh man, if I don't get some brave points after this, I'll be sad. I scarfed them down quickly, to then realize Simone and Boombi were snacking on the insects with no problem.
Hey, you gonna eat those?
Ugh, gross. Yeah, these are all yours. I began traveling further away from my base to hopefully come up with more ideas on how to be brave. Sheesh, nothing's been working so far. What do I have to do? Save somebody? After a bit more traveling, it wasn't long before I came across a hyena outpost. Whoa, this place is creepy. I better investigate. I began sneaking around the outpost to see what I could find. During my search, I overheard some hyenas talking with Slash.
I've just received a report from the elephant graveyard about how the plan is unfolding.
Ah, yes. How is the plan going?
Let's just say the cat's in the bag. It means we captured the old queen.
The old queen? That's It's my mom.
Keep it down. Do you want the whole kingdom to know of our plans?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, fool. I was talking in code.
Slash began walking away, and I immediately knew that I had to go save my mom from the elephant graveyard. But for some reason, just thinking about that location made me kind of scared. On days 33 through 35, I traveled to the elephant graveyard to rescue my mom. When I got there, it was scarier than I had imagined. Is it too late to turn back? Soon after entering the frightening area, I found my mom. Mom, it's so good to see you! Before we had time for a reunion, a crazy bird flew up to me. Ah! Don't hurt me, please!
Shh, quiet down. There's a giant hyena monster lurking around.
Excuse me? A what?
Stop talking so loud. Oh, wait. There it is. Run.
Huh? Suddenly, the giant hyena beast the bird mentioned had emerged. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Oh yeah? Just look at you. You're trembling by the sight of me. You're finished.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Fine then. Let's test your might, tiny one.
We both charged into battle to see who was truly the mightiest. The big guy had a pretty strong bite, and he was relentless. But I used my powerful sword to keep him at a distance. I used my axe to fight him off until it broke. After that, I had no choice but to hit him with my pickaxe and roar in conjunction. After our challenging battle, I came out on top. With it, I gained 2 more hearts and a sweet new Keeper of the Heavens / ability. Yes, it looks like I can be brave after all. After that, I quickly broke my mom free and we ran back home to safety. On days 36 through 39, I was visited again by my dad.
Hello, son. Congratulations. It seems you were in fact brave all along.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Also, thank you for saving your mother. She couldn't have asked for a tougher son.
Thanks, Dad.
For your efforts, I bestow you with another memory from your past.
I'm gonna get you! Are you sure we should go into the elephant graveyard? I think it's pretty dangerous.
It'll be fine. Bones are cool. I'm gonna be a scientist when I grow up.
Oh, I'm gonna be king.
Yeah, I know.
Hey there, kiddies. What you doing all the way out here?
Yeah, don't you know you shouldn't be out this far?
No, actually, my friend Kaya just likes bones, but we'll be heading back home now.
No, you're gonna be our dinner.
Run, Kaya!
Kids, get back. You never should have come here. You're too brave for your own good.
No, I'm not! I swear!
You're in big trouble, mister.
I wasn't brave then, but I am now.
Yes, you are. Just don't go doing anything foolish.
I won't.
You should go talk to your mother. She might have some inspiration for where you should go next.
On days 40 through 43, I took my dad's advice and went to talk to my mom.
If it isn't my little hero.
Hey, Mom. I wanted to ask you, do you know what happened to Dad?
No, honey, I really wish I did. He just disappeared one day.
I know I'm next in line to be king, but maybe it's best that Slash took my place. I don't know if I'd be a very good ruler.
No way, that guy is a total jerk. You need to take your rightful place.
But I don't even know the 5 qualities that make a good king.
You will find them all in time, I just know it.
Something about my mom's encouraging words filled me with inspiration. Whoa! How did you do that?
Just a little trick I learned from your dad to inspire people. You should try it sometime.
Being inspiring! That must be one of the 5 qualities. But how do I learn?
You have to come upon it on your own.
Huh. Okay. Wish me luck.
You don't need luck. I know you can do it.
On days 44 through 46, I was looking for ways to be inspirational. Maybe there's something I can add to the base to make it more inspirational. But what to add? Oh, I know! I started placing signs with inspirational quotes around the base to help remind my friends to never give up. What do you think?
It sure is, something.
The signs didn't seem to be working, so I decided to try giving some mobs moral support. Go cow! Eat that grass! Go sheep! Eat that grass! Go pig! Eat that, wow. Do you guys only eat grass?
I like hay too.
Go fish! Swim! Drink water! Be a fish! Go rhino! Kill that hippo! Oh wait! No, stop! I couldn't let this rhino bully step all over the poor hippo, so I ran in to give him a piece of my mind. The big guy immediately retaliated, ramming his sharp horn at me. I did my best to get some distance whenever necessary, and going in with my Keeper of the Heavens ability when possible. After a lot of back and forth, I managed to take the big rhino down. Woohoo!
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome. I was trying to be inspiring, but it looks like I still have a lot to learn. On days 47 through 50, I went back to the elephant graveyard to snoop around and look for clues to my dad's location. I came across a cool looking bone, and it reminded me of Kaya, so I held on to it. Feels like it's been so long since I've seen her. I kept looking around and ran into that bird I saw earlier. Hey there, bird.
Hey, good to see you made it out all right.
Yeah, you too. Do you live here in the graveyard?
Yeah, I've got a little nest inside one of these bones.
Huh, creepy. Well, if you want to live somewhere safer, you can come live at my base.
That would be great.
You haven't happened to see my dad around here, have you?
Your dad, the king? No, I would have told somebody by now if I did.
Yeah, good point. My base is to the south of here if you want to meet me there. You can't miss it.
Okay, see you there.
I kept snooping around for clues until I ran into a group of hyenas.
Well. If it isn't—
I don't have time for this! I charged them, and they swarmed around me. This was the most hyenas I had ever faced, but with my dad's teachings to help me, I was confident I would defeat them. For a moment, it seemed like their numbers might overpower me, but I picked them off one by one and was able to wear them down. I killed all except one of them, who I kept alive for questioning. Where's my dad?
I don't know where he is now, but from what I heard, he was last seen near the canyon.
Huh, the canyon. On days 51 through 53, I traveled towards the canyon to find more clues about my dad's whereabouts. Along the way, I came across a sad cheetah. Hey there, what's wrong, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about changing my whole career because I'm a failure.
I wanted to get to the canyon as soon as possible, but I couldn't leave this cheetah the way they were. I needed to figure out what was truly keeping them so down and in the dumps. What? I'm so sorry to hear that, bud. What happened?
I was running in the biggest race I've been working towards my whole life, and then I tripped. I lost the race all because I wasn't looking where I was going. I'm such a fool.
Oh, come on. You can't just give up now. You can learn from your mistakes. Rise up from the ashes better and stronger than you ever were before.
Huh? You know what? You're right. I am the fastest cheetah in the savannah. I'm gonna show them just how fast I am in the next race.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna start training right away. Thanks for the inspirational pep talk.
Huh, I guess I am pretty inspirational after all. After helping out the cheetah, I gained 5 more hearts and even an elegant balloon, which gave me a jump boost and slowed down my falling. Time to get moving. On days 54 through 57, I finally arrived at the canyon, but the trail had gone cold. I looked around everywhere, and I couldn't find anything to help me locate my dad. Dad, are you gonna come visit me again? I need your help. I've been really inspiring. I helped the cheetah get its confidence back. I also put up some really inspiring signs. Dad? My dad wasn't answering, and it was getting late, so I decided to make a camp and call it a night. Good night, Dad. Wherever you are. That night, I had a dream about my dad. Dad, wake up! Stop playing around. This isn't funny. Help! Somebody! Anybody! My dad is gone. How could this have happened? On days 58 through 61, I made my way back home. Traveling from biome to biome, all I could do was think. I felt like I was so close to finding my dad, but I couldn't believe that he was already gone. Why couldn't you just tell me that I wouldn't be able to see you? I put so much effort into looking for you! I continued walking, but for some reason, I could feel someone's eyes watching over me. Who's out there? Show yourself! No one responded, but I knew someone was following me. After a long, dreadful walk, I had finally arrived back home. Everyone, I have some bad news. I couldn't find him. More like I wasn't gonna find him no matter how hard I tried. He's already gone. We decided to have a funeral and even built a shrine in memoriam for him. Even if I didn't get to meet him, he still helps me a ton every time I see him in the other realm. After all the setup was completed, I got up to the podium to say a speech about my dad. Once my speech was done, my mom came up to me.
Your father was a good man, and even though he's no longer here, I can see him in the young man standing in front of me right now. Be proud, son. You're going to make for a great king someday.
I gotta say, all this talk is making me hungry.
Agreed, my dear friend. How about some smoked pork?
Ooh, sprinkled with some bugs and a side of... Wait.
On days 62 through 65, I was working some more on the base, and making it into the tropical paradise it was meant to be. The bird was there to greet me, so I built them a little room and left them to settle in.
Thanks, I love it.
I added some more detail to the area, and then did some work on everybody's rooms to make them feel more at home. Next, I decorated my dad's memorial to make it honor him as best as I could. Finally, I built a farm that would be an endless source of food to me and my people. Dad would be proud of this place. But it's missing one final touch. I just can't put my finger on what. I went out looking for something to finish up the build. I found some bugs and killed them, but then I was ambushed by a massive beetle. Uh-oh. It charged at me, and the battle began. This was the biggest bug I had ever seen. I didn't even know they got that big. It had a huge knockback and sent me flying up into the air. But with my elegant balloon, I gently floated back down to the ground. The bug was so big and freaky looking that I tried to keep my distance, but it kept charging at me. It chased me into a new area, but then I turned to face it head on. After a couple more slashes, I finally finished it off. After the battle was over, I noticed the bug had dropped a crazy scythe. I was checking it out, but then I looked up and I was confused. Wait, where am I? On days 66 through 68, I was totally lost after my fight with the giant bug. Aw man, this is just great! I looked around to try to find the way back, but it was no use. Nothing looked familiar. Hello? Anybody out there? I just need some directions! Just then, a friendly-looking baboon revealed himself.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh, hi! Thank goodness! Can you help me get out of here?
You are lost, yes?
Yeah, I'm lost. Do you know where the exit is?
Exit? Every direction is an exit. You just need to find it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. Who are you anyway? You look familiar.
Who am I? I'm Rafi. The real question is, who are you?
Me? Well, I'm Max. I'm a prince.
The prince, huh? Why not the king?
Well, I'm not ready yet, I guess.
Correct you are, but why?
I'm still figuring that out. You seem a little lost too, bub. I'm gonna try to find a way out of here.
Wrong. I'm not the one who is lost. You don't even know how to become a king.
And I suppose you know? Ha!
Wisdom is what you seek. Every king must strive to be wise, just like your father.
Huh? You knew my father?
That's right. Rafi will teach you. Come, your training starts now.
Rafi ran off into the woods and I chased after him. On days 69 through 72, it was time to begin my training.
Okay, time for some wisdom training. For your first test, you must run to that tree. Retrieve a cocoa bean from the tree and run back as quickly as you can.
Okay, I sprinted to the jungle tree as quickly as possible, collecting the cocoa bean and returning it to Rafi. Okay, now what?
If you were wise, you would have known I was messing with you. Running around would not make you wise.
Huh? What about the bean?
The bean is delicious, but it will not make you wise.
But I thought that's what we were here for!
Wisdom is not something that can be taught. It can only be gained over many years of authentically looking within.
I don't understand. So it's just something you gain over time? I'm not sure how that helps me now.
Yes, you can only gain it with time. But admitting to yourself that you know nothing now is a good place to start. Approach life with honesty in your heart, and you will be rewarded.
Huh. Okay. I'm confused.
It's okay to be confused.
I feel like I learned something, but I don't really know what I learned.
That is what wisdom feels like.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, I gained 5 more hearts. Whoa! Now that's something I understand. On days 73 through 76, after some thoughtful training, I found a spot to rest. But instead of a dream, I had a nightmare.
Come here, little cub.
What is it, Uncle Slash?
This land, it's fraught with disorganization, anarchy.
I don't know. It seems pretty cool to me.
And that's why you shouldn't rule.
What?
If I had my way, if the golden crown were to be worn on my head, all the animals of this kingdom would know true rule.
But Uncle, my dad is the king. and one day I will be too.
Funny, isn't it? Our bloodline dictates who shall control the wills of the people. Not merit, not intelligence, but who your mommy or daddy is.
I think I would be a pretty good king.
Well, that makes one of us, little cub. One of these days, things will be different. Mark my words.
Slash was never in line to be king. How did he manage to take the throne? On days 77 through 80, I was traveling back home when I ran into somebody I recognized. Ow!
Ow!
Oh my gosh! Kaya!
Max? It's so good to see you!
I haven't seen you in so long! I took her to my tropical paradise to show her around. First, we took a ride off the waterfall. Next, we went running through the hills, and finally, we settled down for a picnic in the grass to catch up. I'm not even scared of the bugs anymore, and some of them are actually delicious. Here, try this one.
That is delicious.
So tell me, did you ever become a scientist?
No, I didn't, because we're lions, but I do still collect bones.
Oh, sweet. I found this one at the elephant graveyard and I thought of you.
Whoa, these are some really cool bones. Thank you.
Where have you been all these years?
I've been out seeing the world, but now I've come home to a place I don't recognize.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what's gone wrong. If you don't have a place to stay now, you can live with me here at the base.
I would love to.
On days 81 through 83, I got Kaya settled into the base.
Well, well, well. Who do we have here?
My name's Kaya. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. I'm Simone and this is Boombi.
Hi. Are you Max's girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Right. Have fun, lovebirds.
They seem friendly.
Yeah, don't listen to them. Anyways, let's get a room started for you. I began expanding the base further, making a nice room for Kaya to call home.
Wow, Max, this is perfect. Thank you so much.
No prob. Can I show you around the base to get you more acquainted with the place?
That sounds great. Let's go.
I then proceeded to show Kaya all the cool things our base had to offer, including the memorial to my dad.
This is all so great. But isn't it missing a bug hut?
A what?
A bug hut. I think Simone and Boombi would really like it.
Great idea! Once I finished the bug hut, the base was finally complete. Okay, now this is definitely a tropical paradise. While admiring the finalized build, out of nowhere, a hyena showed up with a message.
Your Uncle Slash is requesting to see you.
Slash? What does he want? On days 84 through 86, I went to the designated spot where the hyena told me to go. Show yourself! An ominous figure appeared from the shadows. It was my Uncle Slash.
Wow, my little cub of a nephew has grown quite a bit.
Don't act so impressed. Why did you ask me to come here?
Whoa there, Tiger. I just wanted to remind you who the real king is here. You can't come here and meddle in my plans.
I think it's pretty clear that none of your subjects like you.
It doesn't matter what they think of me, as long as they fear me.
How did you become king anyway? The last time I checked, I was next in line to rule.
Things change, Max. Your father knows that better than anyone else.
You? What did you do to him? I don't know what came over me, but I was filled with anger. I pounced my uncle as fast as I could. I slashed at him with my Keeper of the Heavens and roared at him, which quickly started to overpower him. I couldn't believe he could do something like that to his own brother. Alone, he was weak, but before I could avenge my father, a bunch of hyenas came out to defend him. While I was distracted by the hyenas, Slash was able to make his escape. I had lost him. All I could do now was leave Pride Rock and go home. On days 87 through 90, I had another dream about my dad.
Ah, brother, thank you for meeting me here.
The stampede is intense today. Be careful. I'll try to break it up.
Right. I knew you would be best for the job.
Slash, what are you doing?
Long live the king.
No! Slash murdered my dad? I'm gonna kill him! Just then, my dad appeared to me once again. Dad, where have you been? I need your guidance.
I think you've been doing just fine on your own.
I can't believe Slash was the one who killed you. I need to avenge your death.
No.
What? No, but he murdered you in cold blood.
You must not kill, son.
You need to learn forgiveness.
But he took you away from me! He's evil!
But revenge is not the path of a king.
How am I supposed to learn how to forgive? On days 91 through 93, I traveled around to end up finding a tiger town in shambles. Oh no! What happened here? I entered the destroyed area to find any clues until I ran into a resident with some information.
Our town's guard turned on our people and attacked us. I think he headed east of here to wreak more havoc.
Why would he do that?
Apparently, Slash offered countless riches, but his betrayal is one that cuts deep.
I know that all too well. Don't worry, I'll take care of him for you. I then headed east to locate this traitor to answer for his crimes. It wasn't long until I found the guard I was looking for. Hey, in the name of the kingdom, stop right there.
Who's gonna stop me? You?
That's right, bub. Hi-ya! We both charged into battle, not knowing who would come out victorious. The elephant guard might have had me in size, but my claws were sharp and deadly. His hulking size packed some serious punch, but it was no match for my lion's strength. With one final blow, I brought the town's guard down.
I'm sorry. Do what you must.
He looked towards the ground in defeat, ready to accept his fate. I can't do it. This isn't right. Instead of finishing off the guard, I locked him up in the town's jail to think about what he's done. Once I was done, a thought came over me. This must be forgiveness. Just then, I gained a new splash potion of regeneration and 3 more hearts. I guess I learned how to be forgiving, but I don't forgive Slash. Ugh, why is being a king so confusing? On days 94 through 96, I returned home. Now that I had the 5 qualities of being a good king, I was ready to take on Slash and take my rightful place on the throne. I gathered all of the supplies I would need to take him on, and then I gathered all of my friends to say some parting words. Thank you all for your support in my journey. I'm going to end this once and for all. If Slash doesn't fall, then I will, but I definitely won't go down without a fight.
Good luck, son. I know you won't need it.
Be safe out there, okay?
You got this, Max.
Oh, Boomby, I'm gonna miss you the most of all.
Goopy boopy doo!
Hey, be safe out there, kid.
With that, I left my base behind, but I had one last place to visit before confronting Slash. On days 97 through 98, I traveled to Rafi to tell him about my achievements. I walked for a long time, but as I was getting closer, something caught my eye. Huh, what's that over there? In the distance was a ground filled with various skulls. Huh, these things don't look like any animals I've ever seen. Is this a graveyard? What happened here? Suddenly, the tombstone nearby began to speak.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
The monstrous voice was coming from the tombstone in front of me. It's me, the rightful king of this land.
King? Then why do you sound so afraid, King?
I'm not afraid. Just who are you anyways?
I am a king from many years ago. A true and rightful ruler. One who led with an iron fist.
Oh yeah? At least I'm not afraid to show my face, unlike you. Just where are you anyways?
Afraid? Don't test me, false king. I'll show you the immense power I possess.
Suddenly, a monstrous creature appeared out of nowhere.
I am the Skeleton King. Let us have a battle to the death, King.
At the drop of the hammer, he immediately summoned his minions. Easily a dozen undead skeletons were spawned in. I was trembling in fear, but I needed to man up for this fight or this could really be the end of me. They launched a flurry of flying skulls and arrows. I began dwindling down their numbers, starting with the king's summons. With my Keeper of the Heaven by my side, I struck down one skeleton after another. There were just so many. By the time I reduced them down to a few, I began focusing my attacks on the king. He swung his hammer with sheer force, but luckily it was slow. I was easily able to dodge and maneuver around him and consistently attack him from his sides. I could sense that his health was low, so with one last lunge, I delivered the final blow and defeated the Bone King. Ha! Who's the real king now? But he was right about me being afraid at first.
Hey.
What are you still doing alive?
Well, I'm like already dead, bro.
Oh yeah. The skeleton wanted to thank me for stepping up to his king.
Everyone was terrified, but no one really liked him. We all talked poorly of him amongst ourselves.
Yeah, I just hope I won't end up like him. I want people to like me for who I am.
You will. I know it. I can sense it in your soul.
Whoa. The skeleton said some words of encouragement until ultimately it was time to go back to the afterlife.
It was nice talking to you, Lion Bro. You have a good one, all right?
Okay, thank you. Say hi to my dad for me.
What?
And just like that, he vanished. What a cool guy. Oh wait, I gotta go meet Rafi. Upon arriving, I found that Rafi had already been waiting for me.
Ah, Max. I was expecting you.
You were expecting me? But I showed up uninvited.
Well, I could feel it in the wind. You've learned all 5 qualities of being a good king. Now you must face your toughest foe yet.
I'm scared, but I also know that this is what I must do. Win or lose, I have to take back the kingdom.
Exactly right, my boy. Although, I am sensing a bit of uncertainty in your voice.
Yeah, I know my dad told me to forgive others, but what Slash did was unforgivable.
Why, you are correct. Returning cruelty with more cruelty will only keep more evil in the world. Slash must be punished. Maybe not in the way that you think.
Huh, I think I know what you mean about wisdom. I have to learn more over time. Thank you, Rafi.
Of course. Now go reclaim your throne.
After talking with Rafi, he really helped me clear up my doubts. My objective was even more clear than before. I can do this. I will do this! On day 99, I arrived at Pride Rock to find that it was engulfed in flames. Hyenas were everywhere, but I could see my uncle waiting at the peak of the rock. I'm coming for you, Slash! I headed towards Pride Rock as one hyena after the next lunged at me. I was outnumbered, but not outmatched. I used a combination of my roar as well as my Keeper of the Heaven to take down each dog one by one. I had grown so strong that I could take most of them down in a single hit. Thanks to all the strength I had gotten over my journey, I was able to defeat the hyena army and reach the top of Pride Rock where Slash was waiting.
You show your face after our last encounter.
I've gotten stronger since the last time we met. You'll pay for what you did to my father.
Well, well, well. Looks like you finally remember. Yes, I killed the king and took what was rightfully mine.
It's not yours! Hand over the throne now or face my power!
Foolish little lion, you know well that I would be a far better ruler than you. Both you and your father never had the spine to be the leader these lands need.
I think the only spineless one here is you. You won't even fight me yourself. I've had to fight your goons.
You want to face me? Fine. Come get me!
Without another word, the two of us charged at each other. On day 100, I was in the middle of my final battle for the throne with Slash. He was incredibly powerful. His massive fangs weren't just for show. Each attack he managed to land on me dealt massive damage. I tried using my Tide Dweller on him, but it immediately broke. Slash took the opportunity to lunge at me with his claws. His speed and power were unlike anything I had faced before. I had to change my course of action before I was overwhelmed by his strength. I activated my potion of regeneration and began to chip away at his health with my abilities. My roar was helpful in keeping distance, and in combination with my Keeper of the Heaven, I was a strong opponent too. The battle was fierce, but finally, after using all of the abilities I had gathered, I was able to bring my uncle to his knees.
Looks like I've been outmatched. Finish this.
I prepared to make the finishing blow. This was it. Finally, I would take revenge for what my uncle had done to my father. But just then, I remembered his words.
You must not kill, son. You need to learn forgiveness.
This isn't right. I put away my weapon and backed down. I won't stoop to your level.
What? No, I'd rather die than serve under you.
I'm not a murderer, Slash. It's over. Like clockwork, a hyena came up and took the false ruler away. Slash would be imprisoned for his crimes. With Slash put in his place, I was now the king of the Pride Lands. I did it!